He's a rocket and he's ready to go, cause now the countdown has started and he's ready to blow. He's got the dope sounds bumping and his stereo. That's fast, putting on the show. Don't wanna get yourself together, there's no time to rest. And if you put the time in, he'll put you to the test. He's like a running man, in his world war is less. And if you wanna test him best, bring your best. Don't make me spell it out, bring your best. In this world, where life is strong. In this world, life's an open book. In this world, where compromise does not exist. In his world of rules, every step meets the rest. In this world, where one is all. In this world, never fear the fall. In this world, where compromise does not exist. His world of wounds, every step meets the rest. Running it back again, well, what'd you expect? Coming out to win 10 out of 10. Got a real rough back. Spikes up his livery and straps on his shoes. Cause he's the best there ever was, haven't you heard the news? Intergalactic continental champ, running things. Hyperactive, instrumental in pulling strings. He is the one who understands when the tides will swing. So he's breaking down doors, never far away. Come on and psych yourself up, cause it's time to play. Bounce to the beats and the rhymes, cause they're here to stay. The one and only marathon man, living the day. Rolling up, coming fast, and they'll blow you away. Because the pressures of this world, they can take their toll. And it's tough to get away when they take a hold. The only way to break free is to break the mold. You can't stop now, rock and load. Don't stop now, come on, rock and roll. In this world, gotta make your own where life is strong. In this world, life is just a game you play. Life's an open book. In this world, where compromise does not exist. His world of rules, every step meets the rest. In this world, gotta make your own where one is all. In this world, life is just a game you play. Never fear the fall. In this world, where compromise does not exist. His world of rules, every step meets the rest.
I'm telling you, I had to thank you guys for such an awesome stream yesterday. So I edited together a nice little video for you. Had to do it. I just appreciate y'all. You know. Also, shout out to Nonsense. Obviously, for digging up some of the video I'm about to look at amongst some other videos that I have. Shout out to Queen Bee, Nick, and everybody that was on the panel. I'm sorry if I missed somebody. Navy, type in the names in the chat, links, whatever you can for the peeps we were just talking to. I did put the link in the live chat, and I did share the link on the community tab. We were over on Queen Bee's channel just talking for a minute, trying to get to know some more people, build some networks, and, you know, maybe I can host a stream and we'll just have some people come in and do a round table. We tried to do this a while ago. Sometimes it falls apart. I think we can do it this time. I think we can get some good people in. Also, I know you're saying, Uni, why is it that the only color that we can see is red? It's not going to stay that way. I just did it because I don't have any lights on. I don't want to do lighting today. I just have my one light on that Navy bought me, and I've got my filter that makes you only see the red. So we're just going to roll with that today. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, this is Unirock Live. Every once in a while, I will do an intro. Sometimes I get right into it like I did yesterday. So if you ever see an intro and you don't want to watch it, just skip through it. But that intro that you just saw, where there's like this strangle bot just strangling every known cartoon character and being on the planet and in the universe, and it turning out to be Betty. That's a hilarious meme. So I'm sorry. I will be uploading that meme to my Twitter. If any of you want to download it, you're more than welcome to. If any of you want to use the raw meme, it's not going to have a song with it, but you can put your own song with it. I don't even care if you use it as an intro for your channel. You know what I'm saying? You're more than welcome to any memes I generate or share to do that. So would you guys like it if I spent a half hour or an hour putting together an intro meme for every show that's related to what we're looking at? If so, let me know in the chat and I will do it for you. I love video editing. It's my passion because video editing is just taking inspiration. It's taking pieces of sound, pieces of video, pictures, graphic art that you make. Oh, you would, Nate? Okay, Nada. I'll do it. I'll do it. But it's taking that and it's kind of building a little bit of funny comedy or inspiration out of the insanity that we look at. Also, the song that I played, I want to shout it out to you, but it's going to be a little bit strange. It was called His World, theme of Sonic the Hedgehog from a Sonic video game called Sonic 06. So if you search for His World, Sonic the Hedgehog, you will find the song that I just played. And from what I can know, from what I've been able to tell by searching, it's copyright free. And the words are very crazy. It says, in this world, it said something like, we're going to stick our necks out. In this world, lies do not exist. In this world. And it just goes through all these lyrics that I didn't even realize it until I played it for the intro, that it fit so perfectly. Because that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with talking about YouTubers and news stories and strange and insane things that are going on in our world where we want to apply the facts. We don't want to be lied to. We don't want to be fooled. We don't want to be ripped off or conned. So we look at the facts and we debunk or confirm what's there and then give our opinion. We don't just believe something. We don't just run with something. And if we mess something up, we correct it. That's our process. That's what we're here for. And you guys know that for a minute, we've been looking at a group of people known here on the internet as the tragedy pimps. I get scared when I say the word pimps, that the YouTube bot's going to get me. Speaking of which, I bet the YouTube bot got me today already. Let me check. If I'm demonetized, you guys are going to have to hit the like button and share this because I'm not restarting the stream. I have a feeling we are. How did I know? You know how I know? Because I can already tell that we haven't got as many notifications to go out. And every once in a while, it'll do this. I don't know if it's something in... You know, it can't be my thumbnail. It can't be any cursing. YouTube, you got to get your system together, man. I'm putting together all these shows. I can't do these shows while they're demonetized like that. I just can't do it. You know, you're chopping my legs off. So I'm going to go ahead and I have to share this really fast on my community tab and let everybody know that we're live because hopefully it'll help get the word out to the peeps since the YouTube has demonetized the stream. We might be able to get some more out there. If you guys will hit the like button and if you can share this for me. We are live in case YouTube didn't noti you. It hasn't sent many out. So I'm sharing. And then also, let me just make sure I got this on Twitter. Because since I was in talking to everybody before the stream, I might not have shared it properly so that, you know, we'll get it out there. Now, I'm not restarting. I don't care that we're yellow signed. I'm not restarting. We're just going to roll in. Because we've got a big stream. We got a, you didn't get a notification exposure? I know. Yeah, it's not going to do that. When you're demonetized, you get like 90% less. And I am never, when I start a stream anymore, I usually tell you guys when I am. I can tell because we'll hit 120 people at a certain point. And if we're not doing it, I'll look and we'll be demonetized every time. We need to get into this. We need to get going. Now, this is very sad. And this is why I'm not going to restart the stream because we are going to be covering some stuff that's a little heavy. And you know what? Maybe that's why it's a good thing that this stream got that yellow sign, but we'll see what happens. Hey, Kai! Hey, buddy! You're a good brand risk, my dude. Good to see you. We're going to be playing some games, the new Dead Space and some other stuff, man. So I don't know if you're going to be around, but I hope you will. Also, Tarkov finally started working, so we might be able to do that in an after show while we're hanging out. Dark Souls, Elden Ring, we're going to hit all this stuff. So, none of that applies to why most of you are here. Let me get to entertaining you. Now, in the beginning of the stream, I try to handle the stuff that's not as funny It's not as silly because I always try to tell jokes and be funny. It's the basis of this show. So let's get that out of the way. There are new details when it comes to the family. I'm going to forget their name. Somebody remind me their name. I want to say the Ron family. I'm getting it wrong. It's A-U-N. I forget. Dobb. Bam. The Dobb family. The details that we have for you about the Dobb family not only are going to be very, very shocking because this is extreme. And we've been covering all these crazy stories like, the Marvon thing. We've looked at the Quentin Simon, God forbid, that horrible story. We've looked at these other stories. They all have a tragic nature to them. And this story is equally as tragic. It's equally as sad. But the problem is there's no perpetrator here. This is if you look at my stream from yesterday and I break down what I think about hearing that Dobb daughter, Michelle, talk, it really does line up with what you're about to hear with these details that have been released. Turns out they don't know who pulled the trigger. All three of the family members had gunpowder residue to the point that they can't tell who did, or at least yet. So take a listen to this and then we'll get started.
Some new information this afternoon from police in York County connected to a deadly incident at a home in West Manchester Township. Police are now telling us that the Wednesday incident was a double murder-suicide. 62-year-old James Dobb, 59-year-old Deborah Dobb, and 26-year-old Morgan Dobb were all found dead outside the property on the
Okay, this isn't it. Damn it, nonsense has
2000
it,
block of Lowman Avenue. West Manchester Township police, they were sent to the home for a welfare check after a neighbor called 911.
We're gonna have to grab it from it's Nonsense Live? Oh my goodness, I should have checked.
Hey.
My bad. Okay. So Nonsense played some I don't know where she gets all this stuff. It's just wonderful, the stuff she gets. She played a news story and I don't know which one it is. Let me see if it'll tell me if I look. Anybody know the name of the news story that I can find that with? If not, it's no big deal. I might have already passed it. Oh man, this sucks. Okay, so wait, did she play it first? First she plays, this is the father of, I believe, Summer Wells, right? And he's telling people like Molly Golightly and others to stop lying about his daughter. Or is it Shannon Watts? Let me know in the chat. Then, this is crazy. Look at this video. Look at this video.
Did I do this for my channel? Asking myself that and being real? I did. The answer is yes. Did I do this for views? Yes, I did. I absolutely, most certainly did this for views.
And this is why we don't agree with you, Molly. This is why. I mean, you just want to come out and say it because you're saying clicks and views is money. So you're admitting you do this for the money. Now that's fine with the majority of YouTube content where you're not disparaging somebody else. You're not exploiting a tragedy. You're not lying about somebody. Typically, it'd be fine for you to do it for clicks and views, or money. Same thing. Don't let them tell you it's not the same thing. It is the same thing. It is money. And the problem here is that we think you should consider the families over the clicks and views. We think you should consider the gravity of the story over it. That's the criticism. Okay, so, I'm not going to have a good opportunity to find this news story. I thought I had it. D-A-U-B, Dobb family. Family story. Oh, God, Molly came up. I want the damn news. Well, that's weird. Oh, that's right. It's CBS 21. Oh, thank you. Nonsense said that. Oh my God, thank you. CBS 21 News. Oh my God, I got it. Now all we got to do is find the Dobb family. Okay, from yesterday. Oh shoot, what's this? Is it live? Is it a short? Oh, it was on Facebook, wasn't it? Dang it. I think Nonsense had it on Facebook because it's not on this YouTube channel. Come on. Well, oh well. So I'll tell you what it said. Okay? I'm going to tell you what it said. it is in Nonsense's video. It basically said that they don't know who pulled the trigger. That Michelle went to her mother and father and told them that she was having visual and auditory hallucinations. Very extreme mental health problems, as we saw in her videos. Then, over a period of time, she told her mother eventually, after trying to fix this issue, that it wouldn't go away. It was getting worse and worse and worse, and that she was going to take her own life. Her mother thought about it and said, I can't live without you. I'm in later in my life and I can't live without my daughter. If you're going to do that, I'm going to do it too. The mother and the daughter then, after talking with the father, and after they messaged back and forth, they had diary entries, they had journal entries of the father wrestling with this thought process of ending his life with his wife and daughter, and him not wanting to live without them. And they did it and planned it together, and that's what happened. This is a the tags worked, Katja. Yeah, Navy. I saw Navy get your tags, so Navy will get it for me. This is a very direct and exact example. It's just proof that this story isn't the daughter like the way Molly was treating the daughter, right? Was just treating her very badly. She was acting as if the daughter was this horrible person and all this stuff, and so is Betty, and they want to create the controversy and yell at the daughter, as we saw yesterday. I don't know if we're going to play that for you. I just wanted to update you at the beginning of the stream before we get into the funny stuff, because it's a little more serious and I want to get it out of the way before I start telling jokes and all that, that what they were doing to the Dobb family is inappropriate to the max degree. It's disgusting, and it's why you don't go into a story and just start making stuff up and lying. Because when they were attacking Michelle, the daughter, the younger individual in the story, they were doing it off of straight lies that they were making up, and they made up those lies so that it would rile their audience, get them angry, and get them in a, they got to give Molly money so she can go do this stuff. And that's exactly what they were doing. I'm sorry, like, you can't sit and tell me it's any different. Molly wants to yell about defamation sometimes. Let's get into the show. I'm already getting ahead of myself. 6:25 p.m. It is 1:31, January 31st of 2023, broadcasting from the East Coast of the glorious United States of America. I appreciate all you being here. We're just going to roll right into this. Unirock Live. I forgot to do that, and I wanted to get official. Molly always likes to cry about defamation. She thinks she has the right to get her on the ground and go do these things that she does. And because she is doing it on the ground, she's doing it physically there, that it's completely different than someone who talks on the internet, who talks on the radio, who talks on the television, because since they're on the ground, they have better rights, more rights. Betty just gave a speech. She believes that if you're in person, you have all these rights that you don't have when you're on the internet. That is a complete load of garbage. Why would they say that? Because they know that they are the only people that will go out and do this to people experiencing these tragedies. And so they've created the lie that you lose your rights when you're on the internet. Yada, yada, yada. You're breaking the law. You're a felon. She went as far as to try to say that we are felons for criticizing her. And this is why I make fun of how angry she is. My meme in the beginning of this video is making fun of how angry she gets, how much she lies, how violent her attitude is, and the lies she tells, and the incredible narratives that she makes up. They are so violent. They're so crazy, obviously. As soon as I find the video, I'm going to play it for you while I say this. Hold on. I got to find it. I just created this, so it's new inside my stuff. There it is. It's so violent. It's so crazy. And with her background being what it is, you could just imagine that in every story she's going into, she's just choking everybody out. If they disagree with her, she's going to choke you out, right? That's the meme. If you're on the internet criticizing her, she's going to choke you out. If you are giving an opinion about them and what they're doing, you don't have rights, so she gets to choke you. If you don't have any rights being on the internet and she has all the rights, then why does anyone care if you get choked? You shouldn't have criticized her, right? You get what I'm saying? And it's just completely false. You are a human being, whether you're speaking on the internet or whether you're speaking in real life or whether you're speaking on the radio or television. That's just you speaking. That is just you talking. It's you still being you, and it's still doing what you do. It's just being carried through a medium of communication. So it's just ridiculous. But I think this is next. You know, I know you guys want me to get the go Power Rangers, go tragedy pimp thing going, and I'm going to make it for you. Betty's going to have her binder. Molly's going to have her magnifying glass. Olivia's going to have her squirt bottle, her water bottle where she squirts the enemies and the bad guys, right? But they also have a new artifact of superpower. They have their artifact of superpower. They have their damn, if I can find it here, I'll put it on the screen for you. Their press badges. Their press badges. Now, when I was looking into this whole press badge thing, what I found, somebody in the comments section or live stream was saying that they pay dues to get their press badge. So before we get started, do you know anything, y'all in the chat? Do you got the spy pin? That's a good one. If you're in the chat, do you know anything about these press badges? Do you know anything about how they got them? Anything about why they have them? Why does it say 2024? Is that when it expires, for God's sake? And the reject Rangers. Oh, I had a press pass and these are a joke. Yes, Fern, exactly. These, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't print these up themselves. I wouldn't be surprised. I wonder why Betty told Justin to stay home when he asked if he could go with them today. I think it's because Justin, did you hear the big news? Justin told Molly that he didn't want to cover these stories anymore, that he thought he's going to become a Katie Joy. He wants to do what Katie does and start covering television and TV shows and stuff like that, because he doesn't think this whole thing is going too good with them going and doing what they're doing. And that's the smartest thing Justin's ever said in his life, if it's true. Because again, we don't know if it's true because Molly's the one that said it, so it could be a lie, right? But anyway, then supposedly either Dolly Vision or JLR also wanted to stop doing this. And you know why they want to stop doing this? They want to stop doing this because of the Dre situation. Do you know why they're having these conversations about stopping this whole thing? Because they know that they got warned. When the Dre situation is a different level higher than previous times. And it's not an insult to the people who are covering all of this beforehand. It's because of them. They are why this happened. Those people originally speaking out against this, the people out there that have been doing this for a while, it is because of them that we're even talking about this. But what I'm saying is, when you have a bigger and a bigger and a bigger group of people that are criticizing what these people are doing, and it starts to get funny, it starts to bother them when the cringy parts of what they do, the things that are just strange, weird, and that we laugh at and make fun of, end up being more popular than them out there stomping around and doing what they do. They start to feel bad, and it finally gives them a reality check that they've been needing for a long time, that they aren't doing the right thing, that they are the bad guys. So when Justin and others in their group realize this, they want to be able to maintain some form of the money and the following and the subscribership and the clout that they believe they've gained through this whole thing, and carry it forward so that they can still make money. And because to them, to people like Justin, if Justin's not as bad as Molly and Betty, to Justin, the motivation is him having a YouTube channel, being a YouTuber and getting paid for doing it, and it'll be his job. That's the motivation for him. And a lot of you guys know that I'm not even a full-time YouTuber, really. I mean, I am, but my main job is me being retired and being disabled veteran. So I make more money doing that than I do at this YouTube stuff in most months. So you know what I'm saying? Like, with them not having it, I'm bringing it up because with them not having a job or a money source to fall back on, they need this to work. And if you are taking your business seriously, then you wouldn't do what Molly and Betty are doing. Now, Justin is like a business owner that makes a lot of really bad mistakes, really bad decisions when it comes to how his business is ran and how it works. That's completely different from Betty and Molly, who go out and actually target people to do really terrible things. Now, do I believe Justin is doing that? Sure. But Justin's trying to keep it on that line. He gets as close to the line as he can to keep it underground, to keep it muted, okay? Now, I know I'm boring you, but I want to get you up to speed on where we're at before we really get started. What do you think about these press passes? Did they pay for these? Did they make these themselves? Tell me in the chat. What happened? And yes, Navy is coming in. He's just doing a couple things and he'll be right in here, but I don't know. Yeah, you are the company you keep. I agree. I appreciate you answering that about Justin. I must have missed that. Molly keeps blocking and unblocking me. Swamp Critters, come over here anytime you want. Ask anything you want. Only thing I ask is that people in the chat try to, you know, be honest and not attack each other. You can argue, you can fight, you can disagree. That's the only way we're going to make any headway, is if we talk, we disagree, we all give our opinions. It's the only way we're going to make it. So you're welcome here. I appreciate you. Peggy says they made them up. I agree, Peggy. That's my opinion. They look like some backstage passes I've seen. I wonder why Betty and Molly would take a backstage pass and use that as the format for a press pass. Wonder if it's because they used to go backstage with passes, right? Swamp says it's a big difference of discussing a story and physically showing up at the door. It is the biggest. That is such a great point, Swamp. It's the biggest difference. It's the thing that makes what they're doing not commentary. See, they want to say that us commentators are somehow violating their rights. Yes, I'm kind of hard leading into what I'm about to talk about. They want to say that, and obviously we're going to start with Heels in the Air. Now, some of you are going to say, Uni, you're playing favoritisms with Heels in the Air. Yeah, I kind of am, because I love the channel, but it's because Heels targets the kind of clips that I need to talk about. So I've got other channels and other clips coming out here, okay? Now, what I'm saying, though, Molly and Betty especially wants to tell you that you're violating her rights, that you're stalking her, that you're a felon. You remember that? She said that you're a felon if you're following her online. She said following her online. She didn't say someone that's stalking her, someone that's, you know, inappropriately following her or something. It's almost like she thinks that when she uploads to YouTube, or if she puts something on the internet, that something that's public, it's almost like she thinks that it's in her home. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like she thinks that she's got this video locked in her home. Newsflash, you put it on YouTube. That video is now on the YouTube servers. It is now all over the place. It's all over the world there. And in any of us, we are completely have the rights to go in and take a public video. And as long as we do not violate that video's copyright or violate it in other ways, then we have an equal right. It is an equal right. So when Betty has the right to make a video and upload it, we have a right, an equal right, to criticize it, commentate on it, play it, look at it, react to it. You feeling me? So do the clip channels. Now, again, some clip channels will not respect somebody's copyright because they don't like the person they're clipping. But when it comes to this community, I'm going to give it a massive shout out, because these clip channels, probably because I guarantee you that the reason is because they strike down channels. And so the clip channels in this community have had to learn what it is they're allowed to do and what it is they're not allowed to do. And they have to adhere to it, because even if they're doing the right thing, like we learned yesterday, they'll strike down somebody like Kool-Aid. Though I want to make sure we're all on the same page. If Betty thinks that for some reason, people are violating her rights because they commentate, because they watch her public videos, I would like to challenge her to a debate, a real one. I mean, a debate where we go on a channel, a neutral debate channel. I know a couple of them that would host us. They love when I go on. And maybe modern day debate. I actually know James. Maybe Conspiracy Cat's debate channel. I know Cats, and we could actually have a moderator that'll give us time to talk, so there's no interrupting, fighting, or arguing, and she can tell people why she feels that a YouTube video where someone's commentating on her public posts somehow are the felonies and all these other things that she's claiming that they were the other day. Now, you guys know how I feel about that clip. I reacted to it. I told you that I felt she was trolling. I told you that I felt she was lying. Though, if she's not trolling or lying and she does feel that, I can educate her in a debate format if she wants, so that she can learn where she's wrong about copyright, about reaction, and then she can get a little bit of education and history from the YouTube platform by having this conversation with me. Though I do not believe that she would ever talk to me, even if it's on a moderated third-party channel. You know she won't, so you don't expect that to happen. But I will challenge her claim that we're violating her rights by discussing this. But I haven't seen this video, but I was told that I need to watch this, and I was told what it's about. Let's take a listen, and I'm going to react to it. After we hear an excellent song, my favorite intro. Oh, hold on, Remy. Remy says MGL is a label hoe. She needs to not only verbally brag about how much designer crap she had, but also make sure the brand name is available for all to see. Exactly. Yes, Remy. I think it's something that we can kind of piece together, the personality traits that kind of express why they do what they do, right? It's something that other creators out there that like the people that go around hating people all the time, they lack the ability to be able to commentate. They lack the ability to be able to observe these things because they're looking through the lens of hate. They're not looking in a neutral perspective. But I think we can use those things that you notice, like that, which I agree with you, Remy, and we can actually pull together a reason why this personality type is likely to do the kind of things we're seeing them do. Let's get into it. Okay, I did my dance. I did my heels dance.
There's some things for that old bitch I'd love to do.
We are moving forward with criminal charges for those.
So this is 4 hours ago when Heels took the screenshot, and it says, and I'll let Heels Autobot read it too, but I'm going to read it first. We are moving forward with criminal charges for those that continuously use digital means to stalk and harass me and those around me. Good. No one should be stalking you just as much as you shouldn't be stalking your targets. Or Molly shouldn't be doxing and stalking her targets. You shouldn't have people doing that to you. It's crazy. But you also should respect other people's rights. You shouldn't have these kind of strange opinions about people like Burnt Toast just because you're too weak-willed to be able to hear the true and truthful, the poignant commentary from someone like Toastie or myself or others or Heels or anyone, because you're too much of a baby to be able to hear the truth, the commentary and the good criticism that people are giving you. You need to stop violating the rights of the commentators out there and trying to mix them in as people that are stalking or making felonies on you. You're making a felony on me. Oh my God. Oh my God. You can tell she's triggered AF, y'all. Triggered AF. Again, I normally wouldn't say AF, but you know, I've been trying to tone down the cursing and replace it with silly things. So you're going to hear silly stuff out of my mouth the whole stream. I would behoove my haters. You should be saying it would behoove. You aren't doing the behooving. It is the subject that should behoove them. The thing you're going to present doing the behoovening should be doing the behoovening, not you. She says I, when she should be saying it, would behoove my haters to take note of the law. Now, this is where there's an issue. Because at first you say that this is criminal charges for those that continually use digital means to stalk and harass. People that are commentating on you, criticizing you, laughing at you are not harassing you. They are not stalking you. Looking at your public posts and looking at what you're doing out there are not those things. So when you say haters, I know you consider Burnt Toast, myself, Heels, others, haters. And you always mix us together with the people that you claim, these imaginary people that you've never been able to name or expose or show any truth on or show any proof against, that are stalking and harassing you. You've never shown it. It should be simple. She puts a link. I wish I had this link. I'd love to read this link. If any of you know what this link is, give it to Navy. If you know where she posted this, I don't think this is a community tab. Let me check. Hold on. I might be able to grab it if it's on her community tab. I didn't think it was, but hold on. That might be a community tab. Oh my God, I found it. Oh shit, are you kidding me? Oh no, I have the link. Oh my God. I got it. Hey, Kathy. Kathy, you've been doing a good job lately, and I'm sorry that I've been too busy to look at a few of your things. I'm going to change that again really soon, because I said that a week ago and I did it, and then all of a sudden I get busy again. But I just want to tell you, you're doing really great. I just want to make sure I say that, okay? Okay, so you really have to follow me on this one, y'all. You really got to follow me here. I would also be seeking it would be not it, would behoove my haters to take note of the law. This is a horrible sentence. You need to go back to school. You need to Billy Madison your ass. I need to have a little thing that pops up when I say that, and it shows Billy Madison, you know, that Adam Sandler character. Billy Madison your ass, back to elementary school through 12th grade. To take note of the law. I will also be seeking monetary damages from all involved. Why are you considered with money? I mean, you could be considered with money after you have stopped these people from stalking you. You are saying this about stalkers and harassers. Harassing and stalking both are people that seek out someone and they go too far, they breach their privacy and stuff like that. And again, I've not seen anyone do anything remotely close to this, though you claim it's happening, and I've said I don't want it to happen to you. Kelly says, didn't she say she had a $10,000 lawsuit like a year ago against Burnt Toast? She says stuff like this all the time. You're right, Kelly. And again, she threatens lawsuits so much that it breaches into her trying to harass people with the threat of lawsuit, right? Got to keep that caffeine going into my bloodstream. This is really bad for her to bring this up. Like, I think this would be, if she would, she's not going to go to court, but if she does go to court, this right here will be brought up as a reason why it should be thrown out. Because she's seriously thinking about money while she's being stalked. Right? I'll just say it straight out. The people that you're stalking aren't thinking about money until they get you off their ass. These families, these tragedies that you go and stalk, that you seek out. And you should, you just wait till you see the video clip that I'm leading into a video clip. Y'all know that I'm leading into a video clip here. Just like any other criminal investigation, it takes time. You shouldn't be doing the criminal investigation. You're not a law enforcement official. You're not a law enforcement official. You are not you're not a detective. You are pretending right now to be a reporter. Do you not know that reporters don't do criminal investigations in order to file charges and shit? That's really rare, because reporters have to do so much work to make sure that they're ethically discussing a story that they're sharing, as in they are not being biased whatsoever, no misinformation. They're not leading anyone in how they believe about something. Only following the facts. There's so much fact checking, so much preparation, so much professionalism, and so much ethical consideration. They don't have time to do criminal investigations. So you're the one lawyer in the world that has all this time. It's incredible. You must be You must be like a superhero. You're a super reporter and a super investigator. What else do you do? Are you also a super cook? Can you make pizza? Can you make cookies? I don't know, because I think you'd at least do better if you did that. Oh shit. She says, I can say your time is coming up very, very soon. You know what's crazy? Betty is the only human being that I've ever seen. Well, hold on. Damn it, that was a wrong statement. Betty is one of the only human beings I've ever seen that will manage to threaten a group of people that are innocent while trying to claim and defend herself from a claimed stalker. How are you threatening somebody when supposedly you're a victim? Do you not understand the basis of what a victim is? Do you not understand why they're a victim? Do you not understand what makes somebody a perpetrator or a victim here? Because Lordy, how do you threaten somebody like this when you're claiming to be the victim? I mean, shit, the way you strangle, I don't think anybody... Why in the world are you even scared of a stalker, Betty? You act like you're the toughest mamma jamma on the block, right? The way you whip them hands around, what are you scared of? If someone tries to stalk you, you can just choke them and they'll pass out, for God's sakes. But is online harassment a crime in the US? So now she's not saying she's being stalked. Now she's literally claiming she's being cyber stalked. So she goes from claiming that this is real stalking and harassment to cyber stalking and harassment. Well, there's an issue, Betty. There's an issue. I just noticed Navy's here. Navy, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Bubba, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, actually. We did start with the yellow sign, though, in this stream, so hopefully that'll get resolved.
Oh,
I did
Lord.
submit. I know, I submitted for review. Maybe it was my meme. Maybe I played it too early in the stream, because it does show this. So this meme I made. Did you see the meme I made?
I know, and I think what happened was YouTube saw the meme and said that meme is good, it must be criminal, and they
yes,
knocked down your monetization.
They
Right.
said that meme is so funny, it's criminal, and knocked my monetization right out of the freaking park there. Hey, let me grab it. Okay. But yeah, that meme is so good. I can't wait to play it over and over and over again all through this stream. So let's read what Betty shared. Exposure Arena says she didn't even put a plea for people to stop. Like, she just wants money. Exactly what I was trying to say. Swamp says Betty and Molly are public figures, also defining themselves as media and press. How can they say they're stalked? Thank you. I was going to get to that, but you beat me to it, and I love it. Yes, if they're public figures, if they're these famous reporters and protesters, Swamp, thank you. That's right back at you. And if they're going to claim this about themselves, right, wouldn't you think that her saying this in a threatening way, being concerned about money, and then this is what gets me. It's almost like she wants to take people that are criticizing her and dub them cyber stalkers, you know? And in order for her to even hear my show or Toastie's show or Heels or anyone else, she would have to seek it out. She would have to pursue it. Thank you, Swamp. But she would have to pursue it, right? So that's the opposite of harassment. I mean, not all the time. If we were like doxing her or going after like family members of hers or something and insulting them all the time and putting them down or targeting kids of hers, that could be harassment. It depends on where you draw that line with what you're doing in your show. None of the people that have been talking in this community meet that criteria. None of them. So let's read what she shared. Is online harassment a crime in the US? Well, no shit, Sherlock. Cyber harassment. This is the first Google response. You shared I thought you were an expert in the law. Why did you share the first Google response to what you're saying instead of going in, finding one of these legal sites that you pull from that has all the United States laws there and get a really advanced one that targets everything going on with you and actually share it out? It's almost like you have no clue about any of these laws, even though you pretend to be a lawyer and a reporter and a YouTuber and someone who doesn't choke people all the time. 18 U.S. Code Section 2261A prohibits the federal crime of stalking and has been amended to include online actions to harass, injure, harm, or intimidate a person. State laws differ on what constitutes criminal versus whatever. Okay, hold on a second, Sherlock homeboy. Looks to me like you're describing yourself. You might need to grab Molly's magnifying glass and actually read this a few times, because I can go find video after video after video after video of you doing this. You doing this. I can go through all of Toastie's catalog because I've watched a large portion of what Toastie does. I usually catch it after she streams because of, you know, me making content, but I have watched it. And I can't find a single example of Toastie doing this. I wouldn't be able to find a single example of Heels doing this. I have never done any of this. Navy, I'm so glad you're here so that I can ask you. Homeboy is a whole ass lie. I don't know why I said homeboy, but it just felt like it fit. But yeah, right back to this though. What do you think about Betty's claim? And you've watched Toast, you've watched these people. You know, do you agree with me that she is trying to classify her criticizers as harassers?
I agree. And the thing is that what this is equivalent to is two things. One is the equivalent of a grown ass woman throwing a child's temper tantrum. So do better, right? And stop being a child. And number two, it's just like, this is like Betty going up to the court and being like, Heels is saying mean things about me. And they're like, yeah, it's First Amendment.
Thank you.
I'll tell you.
Well,
like,
welcome to those rights you were talking about, right? It's the biggest problem I've got with these people. They only consider rights for themselves. Never do they consider rights. Now, this is ironic for the people they cover, or, oh shoot, my freaking viewer count's messing up. For the people they cover, or for the things that they're doing. And we're on live. We're live, aren't we? Why am I showing no viewers here? What's going on with this thing?
Oh, we're live.
Refresh.
I see. Oh, I don't know why I didn't show any viewers. I'm looking at your live chat.
Yep, I got it. I fixed it. I just had to reset the signal a good 4 times, but I got her. Okay. Yeah, back to what I was saying though. Yeah, you're not fooling anybody. I was trying to actually do a little bit of a segment here so that I can, you know, throw some examples to you. It's boring. I want to get to the video. So let me just hit this super fast, super quick, because this is boring, Betty. How to stop online harassment, laws, reporting, and what you can do if you're experiencing cyber harassment, stalking, or bullying. It can be difficult to know where to turn. You may be thinking, am I actually experiencing online harassment? Definitely, you should ask yourself that question. Actually, Molly, or Betty, you should actually ask yourself if you are harassing anyone. How do I report it? Can I sue somebody? Let's go over what constitutes online harassment. So now I think you know why I'm going to read this, right? Now you're thinking, well, sounded like it was going to be boring, Uni, reading this, but actually, I want to know what Betty... did Betty even read this, guys? How about this? I'm going to ask you in a poll. I'm going to quit. I need to know this while I'm getting into this. Before I read this, did Betty actually read this page? Question mark. Yes or no? Tell me in the chat here. If you don't want to use the vote, you can throw a 1 in if you think she didn't read it, or you can vote and say yes or no. But a 1 means you agree with me that she didn't read this shit. Because if she read this, she would have said, you know, it's probably a good idea that I don't share this, because people who I'm doing horrible things to will have a better knowledge of how to report me. You know, like, this might backfire on you. This might just backfire on you. Kirk said this is the woman that threatened YouTube for not giving Toast's personal details. She only stopped because they told her she was breaking TOS and they would take her channel down. Exactly, Kirk. Exactly. Melody says, I think she thought she read it, but if you've ever seen her read and interrupt stuff on live, she never understands anything. Exactly. On the side says she will soon be asking for donos to help with her court docs, I imagine. Oh, I would not be shocked. Okay, so while you guys are voting, while you guys... go ahead, Navy. Go ahead. Jump in there, man.
I was going to say, she's this woman gets up there and she'll read a sentence off of Wikipedia that says the sky is blue. And she'll like, so I just read on Wikipedia that the sky is brown.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
but it says blue. It says blue. That's not what it says at all.
Molly does that too. Molly does that too. She'll literally like say the opposite of what she just read or is looking at, right?
You would think with those big ass Mr. Magoo glasses, she'd be able to see just fine. Hell, she can probably see into the future.
What about the magnifying glass? She should be able to, you know, read anything with that thing. Hey, and Betty's got all these documents. You think she couldn't have some documents in that binder of hers that actually explain this shit to her? But once I read this, and I'm going to do it fast, I think you'll understand why I'm reading it. Harassment is generally defined as a repeated pattern of behavior intended to scare, harm, anger, or shame a targeted individual. Let's stop right there for a moment. Because there are certain people that I call lobsters or caters out there. And this backs me up 1000% because I've said they are harassing their target, which isn't me, but anyway. I mean, they try to do it to me, but it always backfires in their face. So why is it that I constantly will look at what they posted and say, this isn't criticism? No matter what your target does, they can't do the right thing or the wrong thing. Both or all or any options are always the wrong thing, because that proves that what they're doing to that person is actually intended to do one of these things: scare, harm, anger, shame the targeted individual. So the first thing you can do is ask yourself, does the person who's doing this to this other person offer a means for them to make the correct option? Or is anything that they say and do always lead to the person doing this being negative or saying that they failed or that they're wrong? Online harassment means those actions occur using digital technologies, social media, email, messaging, gaming platforms, cell phone. Examples of such behavior are posting defamatory remarks intended to harm a person's reputation, like lying about whether a person has committed a crime, like maybe attacking someone's kids. You guys ever heard of a creator called All Things Sassy? All Things Sassy is someone who had a YouTube channel, got exposed and ran away, but then started a Twitter account. And that Twitter account, this person is the premier example of a harasser. So if you've ever seen All Things Sassy's posts on Twitter, ask yourself if these things that are being said describe what she's doing. She's the perfect example, because the things that you see from those kind of Twitter accounts do not get ever pointed towards Molly or Betty or even their friends, but they always say they're being harassed, stalked, or whatever, and they never care that they themselves are the ones that are actually doing it. We can even look at Molly and Betty and their behavior. We can look at what they do to their target. Okay, here's an example. Remember the guy that got fired? Wasn't that the Watts guy? I always say the wrong one, so I don't,
Don Watts.
I can't believe I got it right this time. They got him fired from his job, right? That is a absolute direct example of online harassment and real world harassment. Online stalking and doxing and real world stalking and doxing. It's almost like Betty knows the difference. It's almost like Sassy knows the difference, but just does it anyway because they're dishonest, they're lying, and they're hateful. Let's keep going though. Old Don Wells. I want to do a video on what these people did to the Wells, especially Don Wells and the daughter, right? It was his daughter that passed, right? Was Don Wells the guy? What was the name of the guy that Nonsense was playing today in that video in the beginning of the stream, Navy? Do you know? Was that Don Wells?
That was Watts. No, that was the Watts family.
Okay, that was the Watts.
His daughter and grandkids were killed by the husband.
Okay, I'm getting these stories together. It's just that when I put all my mental resources to what we're looking at now, the older stories get confusing for me, but I'll get there. Once I do a video on this, I'll start remembering, because I'm horrible, like, you know. And make sure, y'all, mods, real quick, when I start to play videos, please see if you can shout the channels out for me that I'm sharing. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so publishing private, explicit, or manipulated photos, okay? Now, I'm sure Betty will get mad and say, gotcha, unirock. Gotcha. You posted this little photo thing of me, and it made me look like... Here, let me pull up my windows that we were just looking at. Oh, nice. Damn, it pulled up everything. Okay. We can just start off right where we left off. As soon as I make sure Navy can hear me. Oh, there we go. Navy got me. All right. Okay, let me just resize this. And, yeah, let me put my chat back up here so I can see my peeps. Okay. All right. And let me hear some music. There it is. Well, let's get right back into it. We don't want the replay viewers to have too much of a inconvenience there. So where were we? Oh, that's right. Posting defamatory remarks intended to harm a person's reputation. See, if you're intending to criticize somebody, you know, I'm glad that All Things Sassy, the YouTube channel, Twitter account, and the sock account she uses, the Instagram account, I'm glad that she can kind of get educated here along with Betty and Molly, because even Charlotte could benefit from this video. When you go to criticize somebody, and you actually are, and you're being honest with the criticism, and it's valid, and you don't need to be corrected because you give bad criticism, then you can tell that they're not doing the other things. Yeah, they probably could if they tried hard. You could criticize while doing some of these things, but you get what I'm saying. If you go and look at this person's post and they're always targeting the same person all day, every day, and you start to realize that they don't criticize, what are they actually doing? Well, they're probably doing one of these things in each of their posts. If I wanted to, if I was okay with giving them some attention, I'd pull some of their posts, I'd pull some of their streams, and I would actually show you direct examples, but I'm not going to do that because it would give them too much attention. Publishing private, explicit, or manipulated photos. Again, this is intentionally in the same way that in a defamatory way or a nasty way. If you have something that, of course, the word private's very important because it's saying that you went and grabbed something or you put something out that has no relation, that person hasn't had to share yet. Explicit, of course, we don't typically have to worry about because it's basically taking someone's pictures of them in the nude or something and trying to shame them, or maybe like if you could do it too by grabbing a picture of them and saying really nasty things that have nothing to do with criticism or nothing to do with the point you're making. What is it?
Revenge prawn.
Well, of course, but I mean, okay, so, you know, some of these guys will go out and, I'll give you an example I've seen lately. You'll see people that'll say something about Molly's implants or the way Molly is appearing that day. If they're making a joke, then it's a joke. That's the point. But you'll notice a lot of the things that people post aren't jokes. So let's leave jokes out of it. So let's look at people that are making some point about how Molly spends a bunch of money on herself, but yet she's constantly saying that she spends money on these things, and they bring up the implants and they make fun of them a little bit or something. That's not harassment. It would be harassment if you were just grabbing pictures of Molly while she's talking and going in and just making fun of her and putting her down with the intent, if she sees it, she'll feel bad. That you could call that harassment, right? Or at least say it's leading to it. Sending threatening messages. This is just a give-in. And this is what I mean. Betty, is she really intending to sue anyone with this post? Because if she's not going to file lawsuits, and even if she is going to file lawsuits, if, you know, when she says things, when she makes these kind of like inlaid threats, she knows that she has a very violent past. She knows that she's almost killed people through choking them and punching their teeth loose and all this stuff. For someone like her to post this kind of stuff, it's harassment because she's trying to intimidate, knowing that her past actions show that her present actions are likely to be even worse than what she's saying. Posting false information or impersonating someone online. Now, impersonation can be comedic. If you go out on Twitter, you notice that Twitter doesn't ban certain parody accounts? Well, because they're comedic in nature. But if you're actually just trying to use someone else's name, parts of their name, if you're trying to be similar to their name for the purpose of doing these other things, you're not impersonating, then you would be harassing. And this is what gets me, because you can go out and see the people that cry harassment all the time without any example or point or logic or proof to it, end up being the people that harass the most. It's a form of almost self-darvo. Right? It's a form of, even before they may have a direct victim, they're trying to flip before they get to the point of actually doing it, they're trying to initially make themselves a victim and make their victims the perpetrator, and they want to set that scenario into motion beforehand also. You feel me? Let's get through this because I want to react to these videos. Anyway, so I'm going to read super fast through some of what they say are examples, and we're going to get into the videos of Molly and Betty trouncing around with their press passes. So, online harassment, cyber harassment includes various forms of online abuse such as cyberbullying, cyberstalking, online impersonation, doxing, also spelled doxing, swatting, revenge porn, sextortion, and more. Many of these acts are considered crimes punishable under federal and state laws, depending on the specific behavior and the harm caused to the victim. Examples of cyber harassment often takes one of the following forms. Hate speech is common. It involves offensive and discriminatory language or actions motivated by animosity towards things like identity, race, religion, gender identity, or, being gay or being trans. You feel me? Okay, let's move on. Cyberbullying is the intentional repeated harm inflicted on a person or a group through digital means, most commonly through social media. Each state has its own laws, including criminal and school sanctions. Cyberstalking is a common example of cyber harassment that involves targeted and repeated intimidation. That's not happening from Toast, myself. Now that doxing, you know how Molly admitted to doxing? She's admitted to it many times. She's been recorded doing it many times. Betty, why do you support Molly if you're so concerned with this? What about when she was trying to dox several people recently? Or when she was threatening? You know, everything she said. What's that, the name of the account that had free in it? Was it To Be Free?
Free to be.
Free to Be. Thank you. I didn't want to say it wrong. Free to Be. Everything that Betty said to Free to Be falls under these direct examples. And this is what I meant by, like, this. She just did that to Free to Be a couple days ago. And then shares this. It's almost like she's telling on herself. It's almost like she's saying, hey, Free to Be, I want to make sure you got this paper so you can take me to court and get me criminally charged and then sue me. Cyberstalking is an example that involves targeted and repeated intimidations, threats, and harassment directed towards a person. It can include false accusations, defamation, digital vandalism. In many cases, it's a crime punishable under federal and state laws. Online impersonation occurs when someone uses the identity of a person, organization, or brand without their consent and with the intention of damaging, intimidating, or defrauding others. It's completely different from someone. That's what a parody account, that's why the comedic parody accounts, they label themselves as what they are, which proves that they're not doing this. That's why they have that rule on Twitter that Elon Musk ended up, putting out. Oh shit, we have our poll. Did Betty actually read this page? 86% of you said no. And I agree with every one of you. That's a pretty high number. Now, Molly and Betty both are prolific doxers. So let's read what it says about doxing. They say doxing is the act of revealing personal information online with the intent of harassing. That's exactly what I always say, right? If you have a malicious or a mean reason to do what you're doing, if it's out of anger, if it's out of you trying to threaten or whatever, then it's doxing. If it involves their private information, a threat with their private information, or any other type of thing around that involves the malicious side of it. That's how you can determine that someone doing what Molly is doing, doxing people, is doxing, whereas someone who's covering a story and they end up saying someone's name or having to mention the town they're from is not. Okay? You feel me? It's all about whether you're threatening. It's all about whether how intentional you're being. I'm going to skip swatting. We all know what that is. It's where you call the cops on someone, CPS, whoever, with the intent on an extreme reaction from authorities that is inappropriate. right? So that they have some consequence or the possibility of one. We know what revenge prawn is, and it's extortion. So, now what is my point here? My point is, this was shared by Bullhorn Betty, y'all. Bullhorn Betty wants you to think that she's being stalked and harassed, and she puts in all caps because she's triggered and salt is flying off of her for her haters to read this. Well, I just read it, and I have realized that you and Molly are worse. I hadn't realized how many federal crimes you guys break on a daily basis in what you do. You can't say that you threatening people with their locations. You can't say that the way you and Molly constantly dox and threaten the people after you dox them, you can't say that it's not a federal crime. You the other day said that all of your criticizers or haters are criminals. They're felonious is what you said. But that the only people that we can prove is felonious with this thing you shared is you guys. So man, it really seems like the next time there's a victim of Betty or Molly, or some of the recent victims of Betty or Molly, they need to go get a lawyer and they need to go to the police station, or just go to the police station. They should get down there and call, they should go ic3.gov and file a report. Anybody can go there. And I encourage Betty to. I encourage Betty to go to ic3.gov and file a report to the FBI that she is being stalked and harassed. Because you know what I think will happen? I think that they will start an investigation and realize very quickly that the stalker and the harasser just came in and filed reports as a form of harassment against her targets for standing up against her, going to YouTubers and exposing her. You feel me? Oh, you feel me. All right, let's get this pumping because this is good shit. We got these videos and it's gonna be funny. I'm a meme genius. My memes are genius.
One might even say a meme machine.
Meme machine, baby. I don't know how I found this video. Like, this video shows a robot choking everybody in the world. Then it shows the robot choking a bunch of animated characters, like invented characters like Garfield and Charlie Brown. Like this robot chokes so many people in the real world that it ended up choking a bunch of cartoon characters. And that's when I realized that if there was a meme out there that embodied Betty's anger, her threats, her misinformation, her lies, and expressed it in a comedic way, I would need to animate her face over the robot. Now, I did this in like 45 minutes or a half hour, maybe an hour. If I would have spent a little more time on this, it would have looked a lot better. And I think I'm going to. So just get your eyes, get your magnifying glasses ready for when I do that. So, Go Lightly. This is Bad Apple. Go Lightly exploits mental illness and donations for flowers. Remember when we talked about this? I literally asked about this. I said, I need to know what happened here. Bad Apple comes along and just drops the vid, y'all. We got the message from Betty here. We were looking at this a minute ago. We need to finish it, so let's go right here so we can see what she says. And then we've got the big one, guys. This is the big one of the day. And then I got to eat something because I'm getting hungry. Outside Brian Koberger's home. And we've got even more because Molly and Betty are stalking and choking around the East Coast looking for tragedies to exploit. And some of the things they do and say are pure, complete hilarious. Let's get this done so we can get there. This is only like 30 seconds and we're going straight to the video.
Very soon.
I don't know what she thought. She can take her old hippie ass, the lady that doesn't want anybody knowing her address, baby. I know.
Okay, right here, you're intimidating, harassing this person. The fact that it's about this person claiming to be Ard makes this no doubt that you are being malicious, nasty, threatening, all those things. You just did
I know
yourself
who
in.
you are. I know your address. Don't make me show up on your front doorstep.
That is a threat. Oh my God. That is what you just shared, Betty. Oh my God. What you just shared, you just did it. Oh my goodness. You just did the thing you shared.
Any of the research. I don't follow people online because it's a crime. It's a crime to cyberstalk people. That's why I go out and exercise my rights in person.
Did she just admit why she's so bad at this, Navy? Because she thinks that if you follow a YouTube channel, if you talk about public videos, if you look at things online, somehow you're cyber stalking or something or harassing just by doing that or commentating you're doing that. Does that mean that's probably why she gets things so wrong? But then how does she get all the videos she gets then of these crimes and stuff? Huh? I didn't hear the last thing you said.
Oh, nothing. I agree with you. Yeah, I have no clue. It's crazy.
Oh, okay. Let me see if you're turned down, because I turned you up. Yep. And when I crashed, it turned you back down. Got you now. Yeah, no, definitely.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, oh yeah, now you're good. Now we've got her threatening. Let's hear this last part again.
Research. I don't follow people online.
She doesn't follow people online.
Because it's a crime. It's a crime to cyberstalk people.
How do you tell people you know the law? Because she said it like 6 times today or yesterday. In the video you're about to see, she says it a lot. She knows the law. She pretends. She meets up with these neighbors and she's talking to these people with Molly. They've got their fake ass press badges on, pretending and LARPing to be reporters. And she starts talking about, well, the legalities of the legal law legalities make it so where I can't be legal when I get legal. So, you know, she's sitting here acting like she knows the law, but she looks at a law that talks about cyber stalking that's very specific and very easy to be able to determine and gets it this wrong.
That's why I go out and exercise my rights in person because that's the lawful way to do it.
Yeah, Susie says she's very ignorant. She really is very ignorant. And that's why I do think she gets really mad. And it's what makes her so dangerous with her anger problem and her past behavior. You know, like, I don't ever give people shit. In fact, I do the opposite. Even with the people I don't like, I usually try to give them a pass when it comes to past behavior. Though, and that's why I don't go into detail about a lot of her record that doesn't relate to what we talk about, even though it's there and it probably would relate if I'd go into it. The stuff, though, that relates to her anger problem, because she threatens people so prolifically, it really does matter. It needs to be a part of the conversation. And if she would choose not to threaten people, it wouldn't be. Okay, great video by Heels. Loving it. Da 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 da. But this is the cringe. This is the goodness. Now, we've got to find more of this. Why is this only like 2 minutes? This is what makes me mad. I need all of it. I need all of it. Fighting crime on these YouTube streets, Peggy. I hate it when she does this. Why can't she open a video editor on her phone and cut out the BS? Is it because she needs more watch time to be able to have ads? What is it? Oh!
I think it's because she's dumb.
I swear I just saw a strangling robot standing on the road. There was a strangling robot on the road. I just saw
your eyes have not deceived you. She is on the road. Yes, sir.
It's Betty. It's Betty. I don't know why I thought I saw a strangling robot. Yeah, though they trespass like you wouldn't believe, and a lot of people in their own audience gave them shit, and they made a lot of excuses and talked a lot of smack about how they weren't trespassing and all this, or they're allowed to trespass and all this stuff. Here's what I think about them trespassing on the actual land and home that we saw yesterday of the family, the Dobb family. It is so utterly disrespectful. Some people are out there saying they're not alive, so because they're dead, who cares? Like, they're not hurting anybody if they trespass when they're dead. It's the dumbest take I've ever heard. It is not true.
I just realized what we're looking at in here is not Betty. It's actually the Tragedy Choker 5000 come from the future.
I am the tragedy choker. Do not get in my way. I will press charges against you for harassment and cyber stalking after I choke you. What the hell are you guys doing? Look at this. You guys are literally blocking cars. This car has to cross a double yellow line illegally because you guys are blocking the road. I know, y'all, this is riveting shit, right? Don't worry, we're getting there.
When all you're seeing is her boobs because you can't raise the camera up any higher. Jesus.
Oh, dude, you just wait until she starts interviewing the, she starts interviewing neighbors and stuff, like people who come out to tell them to get out of here. And one guy's like, I'll talk to you. Probably because he sees that that's what the press pass did for him. Okay, you know what they say? When he asks where they're from, they lie. They're so deceptive. Just wait. Just wait. Now everybody in her chat is telling her, no sound. No sound, you're muted. You're muted. And she's looking right at him like, who cares? I'm gonna make it look like I did this on purpose. Yeah. Oh yeah, we save everything. We save all their videos because they're public videos. They post them to the public space. They can't be complaining about it. You are well within your rights to download a video or record a video. You're just not within your rights to share it and monetize it and do all that stuff without transforming it and applying fair use, right? Okay. This is really great coverage. Wow, they're changing the world with this coverage. I'm gonna yawn. Not having to listen to her voice is a pleasure, says Lauren. Now you understand why I played this one for you. Now you understand. She's like, you can't hear me? You can't hear me? What do you mean? Well, turn up your stuff, guys. It's your fault. So this is the genius live stream that she put up. I mean, it's still there. Can you believe it? What is going on?
All right, Molly Golightly, what you just missed right now was a big siren from the security. No, it's all right. Just, how are you? What's going on? Well,
see, this guy who comes out of his home is completely just doxxed by Molly. She doesn't even give a shit. But whatever. And he comes out and he actually talks to them. So I don't care to play it.
Where?
Now listen to what they say. They both have their press passes on, and I want you to ask yourself if they're being honest or if they're being deceptive.
I'm going to go with deceptive for 5,000, Alex.
Deceptive for 5,000, Alex. What Betty and Molly are doing in the road interviewing people is the Jeopardy answer.
We were allowed.
So listen to this. Hold on. You got to let's break down what Betty's saying.
Just, how are you? Well,
we're covering the Brian Kohberger stuff. They're trying. Now you know why they got these fake ass press passes on. These bogus ass press passes. They need someone. It's about the initial reaction. They were up the road and the people shooed them away, told them to go away, get out of here. No, you're not allowed in this area because it's gated. They are a private community. So they went into the private gated community and they got kicked out. Thank God. So what they did is they both whipped their phones out and start recording or whatever the hell, streaming or whatever they try to do. Of course, Molly had to end the stream because it was muted or whatever, so she records it. And this guy comes out. Now, when he first look at them, and this is why they're deceiving people with these press passes. They first, if people look at them and they see both of them, like just standing there, Betty does not look professional whatsoever. Does not look like a reporter. Obviously wouldn't be hired to be a reporter. When you see these two and you think about any reporter out there that you've ever seen, do they behave the same way, dress the same way, act the same way? Like the first red flag, you guys are killing me. I love you guys. The first red flag is that they're two people with janky, weird-looking press passes on lanyards around their neck, right? You don't even see reporters typically having... Why would they have a press pass for this? Why would a reporter wear a press pass for this? I can't recall seeing reporters out in the field wearing passes unless they're at an event. The pass, and Navy can correct me if I'm wrong, is given to the press so they can be identified at public events, not so they can trounce around in private or public communities or in private communities or these areas and identify themselves as, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's deceptive.
Yeah, it is. It's giving them this false sense that they're upstanding human beings who have like morals and actual credentials and things like that. And it's not true.
And I'll tell you why. And I don't care if it's a little boring. We had our really, funny stream yesterday. We're still going to be funny, but I'm going to be a little bit bitchy here too. So when you go out as a person that's a reporter, that you're hired, you're given a press pass, you're out there, at an event, these people are guaranteed to act professional. If they don't, they're going to lose their job. First thing you think when you see that, this person will lose their job, or there'll be a consequence if they break the law, if they do something wrong to me, if they intimidate or threaten me or yell at me, or if they try to get me fired from my job like they did it just a couple stories ago. And that's the first thing. That's the first deceptive quality of what they're doing. The second deceptive quality is the way they talk. So they don't just act like YouTubers once they talk to these people. They start answering questions and they start presenting themselves so that the people talking to them actually believe they're from some kind of media agency. And when this dude asks them who they're with, they quickly tell them, oh, Pennsylvania, and then they change the subject really fast. So they're using deceptive semantic tactics on top of the fact that they're presenting themselves in a deceptive way. Let's look at there is literally a Wikipedia entry on press passes. So let's show you a real press pass. And I know this is a little, you guys want to see us dunking on these guys and laughing at their stuff, but I do want to do some actual content while I do it too. So stick with me because I want to make some points and I want to do some good content here. More than just laugh and joke sometimes, but. The press pass, alternatively referred to as a press card or a journalist pass, grants some type of special privilege to journalists. Some cards have recognized legal status. Others merely indicate that the bearer is a practicing journalist. All of that, they aren't. Right there. They are not that. That's not what they are. The nature of the benefit is determined by the type of issuing agency. So them issuing it to themselves is absolute garbage. It's to LARP. It's to fake it out. It's to fool people. There is an intended method, an intended result from these press passes. The intended result is the deception and trying, because they've got such a bad reputation now. They don't want to tell these people, yo, I'm the YouTuber that goes around and gets kicked out of towns and has laws made and flips out and gets covered on the news as controversial. That's me. They want them to say, press pass, you're not just a crazy YouTube sleuth out here. It's deceptive. They aren't honest people. They are not honest people. The nature of the benefit is determined by the type of agency, of which there are three major categories: news, organization, law enforcement agencies, and event organizers. Now, this is why I think that this is borderline wrong at a high level. Because when you see these things, you immediately assume that it's a news agency. They're not a news agency at all. I'm not, they're not. There are some news agencies on YouTube. There are some reporters that actually go to YouTube to report. Chris Hansen, Brian Enton. Enton, though, doesn't use his own channel like Hansen does. Enton uses his agency that he works for. Also, law enforcement agencies issue these. Okay, some people will assume you have been cleared by law enforcement at just the sight of these. I think they should put on these badges, YouTuber, not a press badge. But then, why would they wear it? If they actually were honest with the badge, they wouldn't need the badge. They wouldn't want to wear it. News, organization, law enforcement agency, an event organization, usually for a specific single affair like a corporate press conference. Each type of card grants different authorizations. Let this sink in. What they are imitating, what they are BSing with, typically grants authorizations. So if you don't have one of these, you're not authorized to be in a specific area. You're not authorized to behave a different way. You're not authorized to carry a camera or recording equipment. You're not authorized to enter this room, enter this place, enter this area. So deceptive. Thus, it's often necessary or desirable for reporters to hold multiple press passes simultaneously. So let's get into the different types really quick, and then you'll understand why it's so bad, why it's so deceptive. At least make the press pass very indicative of you being what you are if you're going to wear one, right? Police departments at a city, county, or state, provincial level may issue a press pass. You know what I just realized? I wonder if it's illegal in some cities or states to wear a press badge and to mimic being a press, being of the press at that level. And I just realized it because, again, Doc Misha, who is a doctor, was talking to us, telling us about the ethical considerations. We really need to do a video with her. The ethical considerations of the media. And so someone who goes through the training in the college that every other reporter or media individual goes through, I don't know, they actually are given the assumption that they are going to abide by these hard learned and hard taught rules, right?
Yeah, and some states, like each state is different, but some states do recognize the freedom of the press to apply to all individuals in the United States and like in their state. Other states do not. Other states, you have to have actual credentials from a licensed news organization in order to be considered part of the press. So it really just depends on what state they're
in. Uh-oh. When it comes to the type of press pass that will be given to you if you're accepted for credentials, that would be a design that's unique to either the venue's event or management. And the answer is whether or not you can make one of those is no. That is forgery and it's illegal. So the answer to whether they are committing a crime making those badges is how they designed it. First off, if they designed it to mimic press badges of legal or of an event to make it, you know how they stole heels on the ground? You know how they don't care to steal and mimic other things and pretend to be reporters? Are you feeling me? The answer is, if we can look at the way they designed it, and if they designed it to purposely mimic like either law enforcement press badge, an event press badge, and they didn't make it unique to what they do, and I mean very unique. I mean, if they took and said, okay, the top of this one, it says press, the picture's right here, over here it says this. If they did that, it is illegal. So that's number one. What we could do is see if we could find a press badge in Pennsylvania issued by law enforcement and compare it to their badges. Because, you know, something tells me that they used, you know what I'm saying, Navy? Something tells me they would have used an example to form their press badge.
It's possible, but I think what they're talking about too, is to make sure is that that's like
Peggy,
for
it's
specific
okay.
events, right?
You never have to feel like you got a super chat, Peggy. Whenever you want to, you're more than welcome. Sorry, go ahead, Navy.
No, what I'm saying is I think that's strictly referring to the fact, like, say, for example, that there is a press conference for the police on something and the cops hand out like their press badge. If you mimic that badge in order to get into that event, that's forgery. But if you come up with like a Unirock TV news agency, a press pass, then you should.
I know,
right?
But that's my point. That's not if you. I've seen their badges. I've got them on my thumbnail. Hold on, I got a picture of it right here. And there's something about their press badge. Thank you for subbing, whoever did. Tammy, thank you. Oh, here we go. There's something about this badge that makes me think that it is mimicking media credentials. Because they've got 2024, they've got media, it's got Betty. I don't know what it says right here. And I don't know what it says right here. Heels on the ground, maybe? I don't know. Oh, it's back. Is it backwards? No, it's not. I have been saying that, says C. Jassa, mother. I am from PA. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to ask you guys that are from Pennsylvania. Do me a favor, though. I know it's going to be hard. I'm just saying to look and see what you can put to, like, find. I don't know. Maybe we can reach out to law enforcement, or maybe we can search something about law. Maybe we could go and, oh my God, I figured it out. If we can find recordings of an event that the press had to attend to in that area, we could take screenshots of their badges and compare them to these. Okay? Because listen, if you look at this, why is that red bar there? Why is it a black media, a black rectangle with media there? It looks like it's a black bar here and a black bar here, right? So if we could find a similar badge that has a black bar at the top, black bar at the bottom, maybe media or law enforcement or something written here or there, and the like 2024 or 2023 or whatever, a year, I guess, right here, and a red thing here. Yeah, that would be them forging their press badges. That would be them mimicking, taking the press badge. Now now what they could have done is maybe put that they are YouTube or a YouTube channel. Kelly says there's something illegal in the wording in a criminal case. Ellie gives out press passes. Yeah, I know. My whole point though is if we see that they have mimicked these off of a relevant agency or a relevant pass to try and confuse people, that would be forgery. If they just invented this layout themselves, not forgery, I'm being straight. You know, when I criticize people, there's a way to pass the criticism and fail the criticism. It's very obvious and direct, right? Uses her channel name. It's unbelievably stupid. Is that what that says? Bullhorn Betty right here?
Probably. On the sideline, it says the ones with the black bar like that one are on Amazon right now. Purchase.
Really? For purchase?
He said Amazon. I think he said Amazon. It may just be the template.
Well, yeah, but you know, for people that are gonna wear uniform, like a Halloween shit like that, maybe, or something, right?
I have no clue. Yeah.
Press buy, or how about buy a, thank you, Biggs. Buy press pass. Tina. Shopping, let's see. You know,
I'm sorry. On the sideline said eBay. I apologize. I got eBay and Amazon mixed.
Oh no, I found some on Google Shopping. There's a similar one right here. Holy shit! Oh, that red bar that they did is where it says valid. Is this what, did she just mimic her She did. She did a search and found the cheapest first result and mimicked it. It looks like she took the cheapest first result. Okay, press identification. The red thing it says valid there. 20x. Why does her say 2024 instead of 2023? Is she so cheap that she wanted to make sure she could use it for 2 years? She said, oh, who cares? I'll just put 2024 on there. If I put 2023, I'm going to have to make a new one in January. It's only 12 months of this $4 thing that I forced. I don't want to spend $4 more in January. I want to make sure I can use it for 2 years, Betty, Amale. Let's finish this out. I'm getting silly already. I'm trying not to, and I'm already getting there. Police departments at a city, county, or state, provincial level may issue press passes in some countries. Such passes allow the bearer to cross police or fire lines to report breaking news, or grant access to crime scenes or other restricted areas. And that's why it's so messed up. They're not... they're creating a badge when they don't need it, just so they can pretend that they're a freaking reporter. You typically don't see reporters running around with their badges hanging out. Ah, that's funny. That sounds pretty funny. Oh, I know, Running Bear. Oh, I know. Definitely. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. So they use these badges to grant access behind police line, police tape, and in crime scenes. Though admission may be denied if it would interfere with the duties of emergency personnel, popular media of the mid-20th century often depicted reporters at a crime scene with their press passes tucked into their hat bands. I think I recall that. Because of the exceptional dispensation endowed by police passes, they are issued with discretion. Some jurisdictions require an in-person interview with all prospective applicants, complete a set of fingerprints, and a background check. This is why it's so messed up. These aren't just willy-nilly flung around like they want to pretend they are. So every YouTuber out there can just carry one around. And it's because people, when they see them, think this. This is what people think when they think of these. The amount of checking, the amount of carefulness that they go through to issue, the amount of access that it gives. This is what they're trying to convey to the people that they are presenting themselves to when wearing these badges, in my opinion. Okay. So after a background check, fingerprints, prospective applicants, generally only reporters that cover breaking news are eligible. Other journalists, feature writers, editors, editorialists, freelance writers, bloggers are not. Bloggers are not. Bloggers are not. Now, why do I say that? YouTubers are more, have more in common with bloggers than they do any of these other things that actually get the pass. Police issued passes do not grant access to government press conferences or other such privileges. They're only recognized by emergency response personnel and only valid within the jurisdiction of an issuing agency. So we can go ahead and ask ourselves, is that what they're trying to do? What we have to ask ourselves, what are they trying to convey by wearing this pass? So let's move on to the next popular pass. We're going to skip parking permits, obviously. Event specific. For trade shows, community gatherings, sporting events, award shows, professional conferences, or major events of any type, press passes are generally available. Sometimes referred to as press badges for many events publicly in news media and elsewhere is of great importance, and granting privileges to the press can help in this. These privileges granted to holders of press badges and who is eligible to receive them depends on the nature of the affair. Generally, prospective recipients may apply in advance, offering evidence of their affiliation. Again, Betty and them are going to get, denied. Patricia says in Pennsylvania, press credentials must be presented to law enforcement and they issue the press pass. Yes, definitely. So we know that, we can just rule out this because they're not wearing these due to an event specific thing. They're not trying to claim that. We can skip it. Open events and closed events, same thing. We can skip it. News agency cards. And I guess this is Wiki News Press unofficial. See, when you don't have an official pass, do you notice that they put a big giant unofficial on it? You notice this? Gee, I wonder why they do that. I wonder why. Because I have never heard of anybody faking these. Most people that even dress as reporters for Halloween won't fake these as part of their outfit. It's incredible. Is this the first time we've covered people faking press passes? Because I believe it is, Navy.
Yeah, I think it is. I really do.
It really makes me think that there's a reason people don't fake them.
Well, I think the reason they're doing it is because they realize that nobody's going to talk to them unless they think they're part of the press, and somehow they're going to get. It sounds official. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be surprised if they took these press passes and went to things like memorials and stuff like that to attract attention.
Okay, now listen to this, because this is why. Right here, this is why they're doing it. Here you go. Quote, "You do not need to ask permission from anyone to be a journalist," end quote, explains the Periodical Publishers Association. So this is an actual association responding. However, quote, "However, it is sometimes useful to be able to identify yourself as a journalist when needed," end quote. To this end, journalistic agencies issue press cards to their reporters. Not YouTubers, not internet sleuths, not people that are doing what Betty and Molly do. Again, it's like if they were carrying around a badge. Not a police badge, but it's a badge. Well, I never said it was a police badge, but it's a badge. Right? It's like if they were carrying around something that when you see it, you immediately think, oh, that person works for the fire department. That person works for Walmart. You know what I'm saying? And instead, they're just throwing it on there and they're saying, media, media, media. Don't ask any specific questions. We're going to dazzle you. We're going to, oh, yep, let's change the subject. Anyway. These do not have the legal merits of government-issued cards, and they will not replace event-specific passes. The card only serves as proof of its bearer's status as a legitimate news person, according to the issuing organization. As such, card carriers may be better able to obtain interviews, acquire information from law enforcement, or gain access to exclusive venues. In the United Kingdom, the UK Press Card Authority, a volunteer consortium of news agencies, issues a nationally standardized card to the United Kingdom news-based gatherers. So, oh my God, nonsense. You need to save that money and put it to your YouTube channel, but thank you. Glad to have you. Here, I'm going to give you a wrench over here. Oh, you have a wrench, right? Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, she does. She does.
So I just want to make sure you understand, not in the United States, but in the UK, there's actually an association that handles this kind of thing. So let's skip UK Press Card Authority and let's go to fake cards and let's get a general overview of what Wikipedia says about fake cards. Under fake cards, literally it says right here, fake cards. This is why I put you guys through the boring process of reading this so we could get down to this part, okay? Genuine press cards can be obtained by people not entitled to them. Counterfeit copies of real cards can be made, and plausible-looking cards can be issued by anybody or made. The reasons and consequences range from the trivial, free drinks, to the catastrophic, accessed by terrorists to heads of state or other important officials. Spurious cards. Press passes are not issued by recognized publication, can be made or obtained, with the intention of gaining benefits offered to holders of legitimate press cards. Let me read that one more time and let me highlight it. Let me read that one more time and highlight it. Press passes, let's zoom in on it, busy zoom. Press passes not issued by a recognized publication can be obtained or made with the intention of gaining benefits offered to holders of the legitimate cards. This is why they're doing it. This is why. They don't have a legitimate agency to issue press cards. They don't have a legitimate reason to wear them. They don't have a legitimate reason to be out there doing what they're doing. They should be being honest and saying, swamp creature right back at you. They should not be presenting themselves to people in the area of where these crimes happened with that on. And I'll tell you why. Because they're trying to make those people think that they got those cards from a legitimate organization. And they have created them to look exactly like they need it to match what I just said. So when they go to interview someone on the street, do you think they're going to ask them, is that real or fake? They're not. This is part of a grift. This is a grift. I need to grift more legitimateness. Legitimize, I'm saying it wrong. I need to grift myself to be more legitimate because in the last X amount of stories we've done, we've made ourselves look like such fools. We don't want people to think that we are ourselves. People aren't going to assume that we are Betty and Molly, that we are those nasty internet dwellers that harass tragedies. If they see this card around our neck, they're just going to assume, well, they're definitely not internet sleuths. Okay, I'll talk to you. So it's absolutely to gain a credential. It's absolutely to gain a benefit that is dishonest. And I just want to make sure, because Betty likes to scream, I'm being stalked by people that watch my channel. Hold on, I got it. Wait. Betty likes to scream, I'm being stalked by people that watch my channel. Oh no, they're stalking me. This lady right here, both of these ladies, all of these people are stalking me. Them, her, she stalked me, he stalked me, she stalked me, he stalked me, she stalked me. This Santa Claus stalked me. That Santa Claus lady stalked me, damn it. They stalked me across the universe. They stalked me across time. If those press badges are legitimate in any way or give them any kind of legitimate anything, then I'm a squirrel. Then I'm a squirrel. Press passes not issued by a recognized publication can be obtained or made with the intention of gaining benefits offered to holders of legitimate cards. Joan Stewart of Public Relations Society of America reports, quote, fake press passes abound at restaurant and theater openings, sporting events, musical festivals, political rallies, celebrity parties, and even crime scenes. Crime scenes. Crime. Scenes. Fake press passes abound around crime scenes. I need to get a reverb effect, so that I don't have to do it myself. If I had a little
echo.
Button, I push a button and I echo. Crime scene. Right here. It's already a thing. People do this. People that aren't supposed to be carrying around press passes have been going around crime scenes wearing fake press passes to talk and interview people so they can get information and go try to monetize it. It's been happening for a long time. It's not new. This isn't a new grift. Wikipedia says that it's a grift. Wikipedia says, what do you think the word spurious means? Oh, here, I'll have him read it out to you. I think I can do that. Yeah.
Spurious.
Oh, are you kidding me? They're not going to read the whole thing?
Spurious.
Screw you, Google. I guess they're just going to say the name spurious. Not being what it purports to be. False or fake. Not actually valid. Illegitimate. Almost anybody can crank out an official-looking pass within minutes. Counterfeit copies of cards issued by legitimate publications can be made. Issuers of cards have taken measures to prevent counterfeiting of their cards, creating cards with holographic foil blocking signature strips and tamper-resistant lamination. Betty and Molly are just the same kind of grifters that have been grifting around crime scenes for a very long time. The press is used to this, and they have to take measures against it. So what do they got to say now?
We're allowed to go from that.
So now Betty is saying to this man who just asked her what they're doing, well, we were down there in the private gate area and they made us leave. They said we're giving them a problem.
And she's
Navy, can you share your email, please? I got important information to share with you in rockAlot. Thank you. Will you drop your email down for them, Navy, if you get a chance?
We're not allowed to be here, but we got permission
Working
from
on it now.
Apple.
So I want you to listen to what Molly then says to just a random homeowner. And if you look, him and his wife are going out to do something. They're not wasting their time like Betty and Molly. They're not out stalking people, going around trying to damn harass people with fake passes on, illegitimate, spurious cards on, right? And the first thing that Molly says is not anything relevant. It's something deceptive. Oh, we've been given permission to stand from that pole to that pole. Who? God? Who? The King of England? Who? Ronald McDonald? Who? Navy? Who? Who gave you permission to go stand from that pole to that pole?
Yeah, Omar
These
Lanta
people-
made a real good point. They're trying to legitimize trespassing.
They're trying. They got pissed that we called them out for trespassing. They know that if they want to get near the Koberger's home, it's in a private. Why do you think the people live in private residences like this? Private residential areas like this? Because of people like Betty and Molly. It's if this wasn't a problem, you wouldn't have to pay dues and you wouldn't have to pay money to live in a private residence that's kept by a gate and an organization. That people spend extra money every single month, lots of it, so they can live in a private area like this to keep, it automatically keeps these people out. These are the people who are hovering around your home that people warn you about. And that's not a joke. That's not me being insulting. It's a factual statement. And how do you know? Because these two are being kept out of a private place. And they're admitting it. And they're admitting they want into the private area. This is creepy shit, man. This is some creeper stuff, bro. This is some window peeping crazy. This is, we'll do smiles. You can get those from Instacart, those exact ones. Ooh, Instacart. Let's see here. Oh, Instacart. No? Instacart? I wanted to show a picture, but I can't find one. Not giving it to me in a Google. Wait, what if I do a regular and just find the website? Instacart. Oh, shit. There is an Instacart. Oh, never mind. That's something different. Oh, okay.
We were.
People up there are giving us a little bit of a problem, says Betty. Why are you lying? You were giving those people a problem and they asked you to leave. How is somebody asking you to leave their property, their home, their residence? How is that giving you a problem? Why don't you respect these people if you're going to travel to their homes? You don't respect them. You have no respect. Your entire being, your entire personality, the way you talk, the way you act, you don't respect yourself and you don't respect anyone else. You don't respect yourself enough to educate yourself on why you are acting so foolish. And it's a major reason why you keep acting so foolish. And then to put the icing on the cake, you try to go out and say that people like myself that are laughing at how ridiculous you look are stalking you when we're looking at your publicly posted idiocy. Oh shit, hit the wrong button. Publicly posted idiocy equals stalking, according to them.
We're allowed to go from that pole on, and
You're lying, Molly. You're not allowed to go anywhere on. You're not allowed. You shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be. You're desperate to talk to anyone you can, and I'm going to prove it right here.
she said we're not allowed to be here, but we got permission from that pole out.
How? How? If you got permission, why are they telling you to leave? They just told you to leave. You know what I bet? I bet Betty said, oh yeah, is this your property? And they said, from that pole on is my property. So Molly is saying, we got permission from that pole back because the person said, no, you can't be on my property. That's what I think. That's what I'm seeing have happened, but I could be wrong.
Somebody was
yeah,
explaining
we're all
earlier
gonna
that there are houses outside the gated community, and so what they may have told them is this is where the gated community, like the HOA's property, ends, and so
Well,
you can
that's
go
the
anywhere
thing.
outside of that line, right?
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. They can't give that permission. If they're telling them where they can't go, as in into this area, this is the HOA area, that doesn't mean they've been given permission to go on the property outside of the HOA area because somebody owns the property. Feel me?
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And then, well, because I'm guessing they're gonna argue they're standing on the public easement, which is what
Sure,
they're
but
standing on in between
they're-
the grass and the road, right?
I don't see a sidewalk. I don't see any easement. I don't see any, like, if they were stranded or something, then maybe I could say, oh yeah, you're on the easement. There's an issue. You're going to leave as soon as you're done. Okay. But that's the point. That's not what's happening. These people they're hovering on people's private property to attempt to be deceptive so they can hopefully get information or get a line into this private area they've been restricted from.
here for like 4 minutes, but from this pole on, and she says that we can't be here, but we got permission from this pole on.
You notice how she just keeps in a very slurrous way, in a very way she keeps, it's almost like she's married to Leslie Bass, the way she talks. She keeps stating, we got permission from this pole on. They told us from this pole on, right here on, permission here. You know she's lying. You know that's why she's repeating it. You know she's being deceptive. Also, she's repeating the information because she's fearing that this man, who most likely owns the property right there, or even knows or might even own the property right there, is going to say, get the fuck out of here, crazy people. Though, the press badges, the fake press badges, the spurious badges. He's kind of wrestling in the beginning. He's judging who he's talking to, and he's like, got press badges, standing on the side of a road. Don't you think that these people are nervous as all hell, knowing that a man that went into someone's home, multiple people's home, and took the lives of 4 people, his family lives right up the street, thus putting everybody on edge, making everybody feel violated, right? Saying to themselves, what could have stopped him from doing it as a teenager, right? What could have stopped someone else from doing that same thing here? And then they see these wacko people out there doing this stuff. So, of course, this man is trying to figure out what's going on. Do they need help? No? Imagine all the things going through his head. And then once you do that, when you look at their behavior, it's very simple to determine what they're doing is trying to confuse him, trying to throw him off, trying to keep him from telling them to leave. The wife just said, we belong to the community too. The same community that just told you to get out of here, we belong to it too.
Belong to this community? So you are affiliated?
You're on my property right now. And she just lied and said, I got permission. How many times did she yell that she had permission to be from that pole back? She just got called a liar in front of all of us.
Cash Granat and Justice Family Organization is also saying that Pennsylvania is a 2-party consent state.
Oh, is it? Oh, shit. That's Betty was just saying people that react to her content are committing a federal crime. Both Betty and Molly are recording and they didn't get permission. You do realize, Betty and Molly, that when you record, that includes a person's property, if it's their private home property, right? So when you're recording them or you're recording their home, recording around them on their property, which he just told you you're on, you need consent. And you didn't even fucking tell the man you were going to upload this to YouTube. In fact, just wait till you hear what she tells him. Okay? But I have to grab a drink. I don't know if you want to talk to the chat, Navy. You can if you want, or I can play some music. What do you want to do?
I can do that. I can chat. So what's interesting about this is that she has grabbed this guy's likeness, and I had to double check on the law on it. If she has grabbed this guy's likeness for a commercial purpose, which if she did that without his permission, especially in a two-party consent state, she can get in trouble for it. And all someone would have to do is get a hold of that gentleman and let him know that his likeness and all this kind of stuff is being used for commercial gain. Because that's technically that's not like that's where it comes on, like this iffiness about the aspect of press and stuff, and that's why these like First Amendment auditors can't go into yes, banana bicycle seat, that is me. This is Navy talking. That's why these First Amendment auditors can't go into places like the post office and things like that, these limited public forums, is because they don't. It's not like being in a park and stuff like that. But especially when they're doing it and recording people for like known monetary gain, they're going to monetize this. They are going to try to make money off of this, and so it's not done purely for research or documentary and things of that nature. So these guys in PA can definitely get the cops called on them. They don't leave. It's breaking the law. And the problem is, I could even see the cops arguing that because the aspect between the road and the yard is so small that it's going to cause a possible traffic incident, right? They're like walking even in that area. So I can see where the cops could be called out there because they can cause traffic. Like you said earlier, right? Molly go swimmingly was standing out there, and a car had to go around her and break the double yellow line just to make sure they didn't hit them. Tell me that's not causing traffic issues, right?
They are causing issues at the fact that this man, Uni, I hope you read my comments. I summarized answers to questions asked. Okay, yeah. Oh, you mean right now, right in the chat? Let me look. If you mean in the chat, Patricia, let me see if I can see anything else you said.
Lauren also says that apparently the road is also private because the road itself is owned by the HOA. Which makes sense. I've seen that. Yep. So all they had to do was call the cops. They could have knocked them out of there.
I'm looking, Patricia, to see if you put anything in the chat. Were you the one that sent something in? Is that what you're saying? What you sent in here? Yeah, Navy, if you want to look at what was sent to you and just type it in the bottom of general and just let me know a brief, that'd be fine. If you don't, unless you don't want to, you can do it later, or we can do it later or something. Okay. Oh God, Menace says the fake press passes are pure gold. They look like lolcows. Oh, they are lolcows. They really are lolcows. Absolutely. Yeah, Patricia, tell me if you sent it in or if you're going to type it in chat for me, just because, I get a little caught up in my commentary. So it's not that I'm not trying to pay attention. It's just, how I am. So the exposure arena, she specifically tells the man, I'm not recording you, while she puts her phone out of his sight. Oh yeah, it's coming. You got a channel? You got it. The exposure arena sounds like a channel. Oh, what's this? I am subscribed? I didn't even know, but I'm going to share your channel. Can I share your channel, please? I can. I'm just going to imagine you told me I could. Subscribe to our friend Exposure Arena Lays. Is that link in there? All right.
You don't care if that?
You're on my property, which I don't care. Now, I wonder, Navy, why do you think he said that he doesn't care? Let me ask the chat.
Maybe because he thinks they're press?
Exactly. Why does he not care? Because of the press passes? Because of some other reason? So chat, you tell me, why does he not care that they are on his property, as he said in quotes? I did the real HOTG video you played a while back. That's right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. Great video. Definitely. And I would have remembered, but I've been playing so much stuff. It just doesn't hit me. It would have hit me if I would have thought about it for a second. So let me know though. I think it's because of the press passes, and I think that's why they're wearing them. I think that that's why it's deceptive. Now, you notice that when you're dealing with really shitty people, and whether or not you think these two are shitty or not, Whether or not you think these are bad people or not, right? When you're dealing with really bad or really shitty people, you notice they always are concerned with what they can get in trouble for. And to them, if they can't get in trouble for something, then they can do it. That means they can do it. You notice that they have zero consideration for respect, manners, etiquette, ever. Okay? So to them, honor, ethics, morals, whatever words you use, I don't know what, I'm just trying to communicate my thought to you. It doesn't exist to them. And those words aren't just words. So many times we get so caught up in these things that are going on, we forget. Those words represent something really important, which is how you treat other people. The fact is, because they only care if they can be arrested or get in trouble, and they think they can do anything up until that point, that is proof that they don't care about or respect other people. Feel me? There's no such thing as permission. There's no such thing as consent. Like Molly and Betty were just complaining and whining because up here they were told to get out. Instead of, I am so sorry. I apologize, right? And again, you don't have to do those things. I am telling you that you don't have to do it. I'm not saying they have to behave a certain way. But isn't it funny that they get so mad that people look at them and think that they're bad people or think that they're funny or they laugh at them? Like we do. We laugh at them all the damn time and they get so mad at us. It's almost like they think, why don't you find someone else to laugh at? You guys don't get it. You're doing some of the most extreme stuff every day. Sitting there saying, why do you laugh at us? We can't even figure out why you do what you do. Going to these tragedies and exploiting this for money. Again, you will exploit anything for money involving tragedies without thinking about respect toward the families, respect toward the idea of what happened, respect towards the neighbors. You get me? And so it's not just one thing that they don't consider it in. And so it's like, I'm fine with them being bad people as long as they're willing to admit it. I'm fine with them being shitty people. I think the biggest, craziest realization on the internet is that the reason these people get to keep doing what they're doing is because they've convinced themselves they can do what bad people do all the time. And that's like all things sassy and the other people I brought up earlier. They can do what bad people do all the time, but for some reason they're not a bad person. Why can't they just admit it? I'm a horrible human being. I treat people like shit and I have a Twitter account. I treat people like garbage and I exploit this shit for money. Why do they have to lie so much? Right? I don't know if it's because they feel like people follow them. Misha says some journalists and press photographers work under the idea that it's easier to gain forgiveness than permission. That's true. That is true. And we could go into the entire concept of what is it called when you follow paparazzi? I'm not going to. We could though. And that once you get into paparazzi, you work by forgiveness as opposed to permission. But again, that's not what we're dealing with here. It's almost like they don't even care. You'll get a paparazzi that'll apologize to you before, I'm gonna call the cops. Look, I'm sorry. We're gonna get out of here. These people are like, we're just going to walk down to this part because you don't have, if we walk here, you can't do anything to us. Haha. And they know that that's bullshit. They're playing off of these people they're dealing with are like, I got stuff to do. I got stuff I'm doing. Do I really want to stand here for 40 minutes waiting on the cops to come and fill out a report and get you guys kicked out of here, make it to where you can't come back? Or do I want to go do what I'm doing today? And they play off of all of these things. It's just another reason why it's so gross.
So you are affiliated.
Oh, I just got told by Villanova in the live chat that Tweedledee and Tweedledum are live together right now.
Oh, excellent. If you guys see anything, let us know. But listen to I want to play with the landowner says here. He's about to yell that it's his property and then they're going to say some stuff.
So you are affiliated. You don't care? Thank you. Do you have an opinion? I'm not recording you, but do you have...
I'm not recording you. I'm not recording you in a two-party state, according to the chat, according to the Kashkerdon family. And I believe they're from the area, or they're close at least. I mean Pennsylvania, of course. Now, this right here, happening, is wrong, okay? Let's just be straight up. This happening is wrong. Betty should have corrected her, and her not doing it proves Betty doesn't give a shit about the rights of these people, the permission of these people, right? There's a reason she said, I'm not recording you, because she wants him to think that maybe she's just holding it up a map or something. Maybe she's just looking at something. Maybe she's like talking on the phone to somebody, right? But this is egregious. This is egregious. They always talk about everybody else committing crimes. They talk about everybody else doing all this hate stuff. They talk about everybody else doing all this wrong. And we're not even going there. Like I just brought up how you could have respect for other people, and I don't care whether you do or not, because you get to be you and choose what you're going to do in that level. But if you're going to go completely out of this world insane with it, I'm going to laugh at it, right? I'm going to actually talk about it. We're not going to have other YouTubers like this for a while. And then the other YouTubers that people watch that are, if they watch people like this, they're going to be people that don't do as much craziness as they do. It's going to be rare to find people that do more than them. We got something.
T. Kelly tells me that the Supreme Court majority reversed the trial court's decision and found Green and his YouTube channel don't qualify as news media under the law. Justices, I'm assuming Justices G, June 2nd, 2021. So the Supreme Court's made a ruling on the fact that YouTube channels do not qualify as news media.
Ooh. So that press pass is not only completely spurious, but completely deceptive. We can just say that now. Is this Pennsylvania we're talking about?
Yeah. They said Supreme Court, so I'm assuming that's like, they meant like Supreme Court. But I have to look it up to double check.
Uh-oh. Remember, we got to double check. We got to make sure. But again, if we're looking at things that just happened that are extremely wrong, the recording and telling him they're not recording him, okay? If she would have just kept the recording, it's wrong. Uploading it to her YouTube, her monetized main YouTube channel, is a complete terms of service violation. Not only that, she is now, if you're going to tell him you're not recording him, in the very, very, very least, remember what she did in the beginning? Doxed him. Showed his address, showed the telephone pole, showed his wife, showed their car, showed their home, showed the license plate. I pointed it out earlier in the very beginning. Didn't bother to blur anything. On top of that, go a step further here. She then is uploading it to YouTube to make money. She lied to the man to make money off of his home, off of his voice, off of his property. I could go on and on and on and on and on. Right? And those media cards, if what Navy said turns out to be true, she duped him by, well, even if it doesn't turn out to be true, but I'm just saying if it turns out to be true, it's even worse. Even if it's not true, the media cards were used to dupe the man into thinking they had some authority or permission higher than just weirdos walking around. And why is it they can't just get a media pass? Why can't they just get an actual media pass? Like you go to the police, you walk in down there at that precinct, you say, listen, I'm going to be reporting in your area on Brian Koberger because his family lives here. And what I'd like is to be able to wear a badge that says we talked to you and we are abiding by the law, that we're telling you we're going to abide by the law, and we want to make sure that you're okay with us being here, you're okay with us going around on properties. Why don't they do that? You know, there's no reason not to, because they want to gain some authority from this badge, but they won't go to get actual authority for the badge. We know because they're going to then be told by the cops where they can and can't go, what they can and can't do. And then if they get the cops called on them, they're going to be in even more trouble if they didn't go to the police first. So obviously that's why. But you do understand that the way that the media gets that type of thing is by talking to the popo. They talk to the landowners. They talk to the people. So they're wearing a media badge, which insinuates someone is giving them permission to do what they're doing in this area, regardless of what you want to say about that badge. That's what they're trying to wear the badge for. We're here, we have some authority, we have some permission, and then they're telling people we're not recording, and then they're monetizing the recording and sharing it. I could go on for another 10 minutes. I'm going to shut up, but I can't believe YouTube won't step in with these people. It's the reason why people shouldn't LARP as reporters. I recall people were pissed because Katie was saying she was reporting. She was a reporter. And it's true. To the extent of her YouTube channel, the act she is doing is reporting. Is she a reporter? No. Is she a YouTube reporter? Yes. You see how easy it is to be honest? So I have no clue what she claimed. She could have been lying. Katie could have been lying to get that kind of thing too, but I'm just trying to say, point is, are we going to see anybody calling her out for this when they're not just sitting on YouTube calling themselves a reporter or a YouTube reporter? They're actually going there.
Right. So according to what I'm reading in here, this was a state Supreme Court case in Washington State. And the state Supreme Court deemed that a YouTuber is not news media, right? Because apparently he was trying to get access to certain things that weren't released to the public but are released to the press, like records. And the state Supreme Court ruled that he is not the same as a media outlet organization. And thanks to Kashkanon and TE and all that kind of stuff for dropping this stuff. But yeah, so that was that state. So I think it's just going to go state by state. So I don't know how Pennsylvania does it.
Oh, Vila just took me up in general. Thank you, Vila. YouTube channel not considered media under records law. A Washington man with a YouTube channel does not qualify as a member of the media under the state's public records law, meaning he's not entitled to certain records that are available to news organization, but otherwise exempt from release to the general public. Also, that means you're not considered media when you go and walk around and talk to people. That means you're not considered media. This whole thing about you being able to print a press badge, you just made up out of the sheer, you just pulled it out of your ass. And it's not a new grift. This is a repeat grift.
Do you have an opinion of all this? Oh, you want me to? I'll come over there. Thank you.
Oh, see, you gotta lie. You're not recording. You gotta lie. Gotta fucking have that badge. You gotta lie. I had permission to be here. That's my land. I'm the only one that can give permission. Notice she stopped saying I have permission to be here after the man said that. Such dishonest people.
Talk to him.
She's shocked. She's shocked. How are you shocked? You're literally impostoring as a reporter. He probably thinks you're from the news agency down there. Or he might think you're from another news agency that you flew there and spent all this money and time, and he probably doesn't want to be rude, right? And that's why he's about to ask a question. Where are you from in a minute? Now, he expected her to answer, I'm from this news agency. But watch what happens.
Hi, sir. Do you have an opinion on Brian Kohlberger and what he's being accused of and his parents?
Now, notice how she says his parents being accused of. Because she's been attacking the mother, just going nuts on him. How she's responsible. How could you give birth? Wait until she hears him say that the parents didn't do anything wrong and that they're good people. And then watch what she says right after. Is this, there's this Burnt Toast video where Molly says, nobody can prove I'm a liar because I don't lie. And Burnt shows all these lies. I think Nonsense watched it today, right?
Yeah, I think so. J-Dubs. Okay, sorry, I was going to say, J-Dubs say right fast that Betty had fleeced her audience for $350, claiming it was for a records request, and then she goes on Molly's live saying that she knew it was going to get denied. So she basically just stole money for no reason.
I'd love to get those clips and expose that, because that's a fraudulent fundraiser right there. But
yes, sir.
Where was I there? Hold on, it'll come back to me.
That's that guy that came here when you had the cop, the chopper up here.
Oh, the mother. Watch how her opinion of the mother shifts really, really hard. And she's actually, you know, loves the mother. Good people. I've heard that they're good people. Oh, they're good.
Here in the break-in.
I'd love to take the clip of her saying that the mother's good people and then superimpose it with all of her attacking the mother for all those times she did, remember?
I don't know what goes on in there.
Yeah.
I'm here 17 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's screwed up with that guy. Yeah. Who would have ever thought he lived in...
Can you believe that the two most genius media representatives of the world had to ask that question, though? What do you think about the guy that's accused of murdering 4 people? Yeah, the one that went in and just killed him. What do you think? You really think the dude's gonna say, he's not that bad?
In here, but
you never hear nothing here.
Yeah.
Never.
You don't really hear much going on.
Why do you think she put the boob in the cam? You guys got some good stuff in there, but I'm gonna tell you my opinion here. Actually, I'm gonna tell you why she did it real quick. She put her phone like this because she told the man she wasn't recording, right? Now, the man's going to sit there and go, well, obviously she's not recording because she can't really use footage of her boob if she is, right? If you point the boob towards your private part that most people would never upload to their channel or record, just out of being appropriate, just out of being respectful, that man is never going to think that phone is recording. Just like the lie she told a little bit ago.
You hear the helicopters
yeah,
that
they
night?
had a whole bunch of news trucks and everything.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Out here, correct?
Okay, so where is she? Because she's talking to neighbors, Brian Koberger's neighbors. She said the mother's in there. Why would there be news trucks and helicopters at the mom's? Oh, because they picked him up at the mom's house. Okay.
A whole bunch of news trucks.
Yeah, they picked him up at the
went to the
parents' house.
mom's. Okay, got it.
Hershey.
There it is. Look at that. She can't even say that he wasn't asking what news agency she's from. Notice how she says Hershey and then throws up the damn badge. I'm from Hershey. No, the man asked you what news agency you're from. You're presenting yourself as a reporter, remember? Did you forget, or are you just lying? You're lying. You're gonna... This is called a lie. You know that you're holding that up and saying that you're from Hershey instead of saying, I'm not a reporter. I'm a YouTuber. I'm not media. It just says that. No, you're saying Hershey. See what I'm saying? How about you tell the truth when you hold that up? This is fake. I printed this out. It's a YouTube channel. It's not the real media. It's not the police. Nobody gave me authority. This doesn't have authority. No, you say, I'm from Hershey. Now, listen.
Oh, okay.
I live in Hershey.
All right.
I'm Molly Golightly.
Notice how really quick she threw that live in there. Oh, you didn't hear it? Well, that's because she didn't want him to hear it. Listen to this.
Hershey.
Oh, okay.
I live in Hershey.
If you listen, she's saying, I live in Hershey. That's what she's saying. But it's so deceptively, it's such a lie. It's done that way because she's hoping that he hears Hershey. Oh, so you're obviously one of the news agencies in Hershey. Do you feel me? Do you think he really wants to say to this, who he thinks is a reporter, who he thinks is credentialed media, authorized media? You think he wants to say, no, I was asking which news organization are you from? And she said, no, I said I live in Hershey while I help. What does that mean? Why would you hold that up and then say I live in Hershey? That doesn't tell me anything. Like, I didn't ask where you lived. I said, where are you from? You know I'm asking about what news organization you're from, and that's why you held up the badge. But instead, you're telling me Hershey. Hershey. Is it Hershey News? You're from Hershey News? I've never heard of Hershey News. The Hershey newspaper? Like, is this woman drunk? Did she just hit her head? Is she cold? Is she not thinking? I don't want to be rude. You should have been, because this woman's being rude to you. She's disrespecting you. She is treating you like garbage. She's trying to fool you. See? Am I wrong? Okay, 30% of you said it wasn't the press passes. Okay, well, I disagree with you, but I respect your opinion. But do you feel where I'm coming from, people? The holding up of this thing and then saying these points that just doesn't make sense. It doesn't confer, you know? Let me read what you guys are saying. Let's see what you think. Notice she doesn't want YouTube to see the badge. Oh, sure, definitely. But she doesn't mind if they see this monstrosity of a jacket. Of a, I was gonna say, I'm forgetting the name, the trash bag. Oh, damn it. Hefty, right? What are you thinking, Navy? Like, how do you feel about this one? Do you really think she held up that badge and then said Hershey and then said, I live in Hershey real fast, like the live thing, like blurted in?
I think she didn't know what that, I don't think she actually knew what to say. I figured she thinks that she could just have the badge and no one's gonna say anything. And somebody's like, well, where are you from? What he meant was, like you said, like what news organization she's from, whatever. She's like, I'm from Hershey, you know, because she's not from a news organization. Like, it's not real.
She's acting like this man wants to know where she lives. But that's not what he was asking, right? If he wanted to know where she lived, the conversation would have gone differently, in my opinion. It's pretty obvious that she knew that too, and that's why she threw the badge up.
Hi.
I'm Molly Golightly. It's nice to meet you. That's Bullhorn Betty. We go around the country and everything. Yeah.
See how she's not? Number one, I'm sorry, Molly. I typically don't do this to you. You are intoxicated. You are slurring your words. I'm not being mean. I'm not judging you. But I do think that's probably another reason why it'd be really hard for you to get a normal badge. I don't think they'd want you. Oh my God, there is a news organization called Hershey. You've got to be shitting me. You've got to be shitting me. Hold on. I just got sent something. Oh my God. Hershey. Okay, look at this. Look at the description of this news. Look at the description of this news agency. Okay, so at abc27.com/Hershey. It says ABC27 Hershey, Hershey, PA, Hershey Park, Hershey Park, Hershey Park, Hershey Bears, Hershey Car Show, Hershey Swap Meet. It's weird. It's like news when they convey that they're the news, that they are news. It's like it's a normal answer. I'm Hershey to say, yeah, I'm Hershey News. At least that looks like it's the news there is called Hershey or something. At least that's what it says there. But I mean, it could be not normal. I don't know. I'd have to look into it a little more, but it does seem that way. Making sense of Pennsylvania's two-party consent law. You guys are on it. Oh my God, you guys. Holy. Navy, did you see whatever you got sent? Did you know what it was? It's not.
I think it's the one that the Kashkanon family sent me, and it was the Pennsylvania 2A, yeah, the 2A stuff, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not loading for me here, but I'll look at it later. Isn't that funny? Look at what she puts out. The law. Okay.
The security was basically telling us that we were supposed to be from the pole that way.
The security was supposed. Do you notice what she's saying to this man? It's so deceptive. The security was supposedly telling us we were supposed to be from the pole to that, but he just said that's his property. Why would the security tell you that? I don't believe you. I think you would have recorded it.
We just honestly.
Thank you, Sheree.
We just wanted to know, like, how.
You know, this man's looking at her like, you're lying. Why would the security tell you that you could be on my property? You know that, like, he didn't even say anything. He's just looking at her like, why is a news reporter confused and saying this and acting like he's trying to figure out what the hell's going on in front of him is what it seems like to me.
You guys feel because it affects
How we feel.
Notice how Betty just starts interrupting her. They have no manners. They don't care unless they're running a game on these people and they try to confuse together. It's the only thing that makes sense. Why in the world are you starting over there running your damn mouth, Betty? Why? I'm from Florida. How much you want to bet Betty was holding up her damn press pass when she just said, I'm from Florida, and da-da-da-da. And it's almost like they're trying to insinuate, but the press has to tell you where they're from. They can't just tell you, I'm from the United States. They got to tell you that they're from a specific newspaper.
From him being here?
Yeah.
Confusion is the devil's best work. Exactly.
Because it affects
How we feel from him being here?
Yeah.
Well, it's just
What he did.
What he did.
Yeah, they're like, why are you acting like we would care if people live here? It's like the dude's trying to figure these people out. Like, why are these reporters doing this? Because he doesn't even get it. Why are you asking me this? Of course I don't care if people live around here. Anyone can live. It's the United States, right?
Right, and that's how you know they're not real reporters and stuff because they don't have actual questions. They're like, "Oh, you live around here? How do you feel about the fact that they lived here?" And he's like, "They who? What are you talking about?" And they're like,
It's the dumbest shit. I've
yeah.
never seen like I said before, you would never expect reporters to act like
What
this.
he did was wrong.
Yeah.
What he did was totally wrong.
And this man's thinking he's being interviewed and not being recorded again. They told him he's not being recorded. This man's like, well, yeah, murder's wrong. Thanks for asking me.
Right.
I can't believe it, really.
and I'm not showing your faces.
Yeah.
You just told him you weren't recording them.
And the
No,
crazy
I
thing
would never
is
do that.
We hear that this area
You
is
just did it. You just
would,
showed
liar.
both their faces. You showed their home. So you're lying to them again. You showed their address and you showed the license plate. Why do you lie like this? Like, it's so bad. Why would you upload self lying like this to your own channel? How does 600 people hit the like button on this? I guess that's 600 out of 80,000. And you'd expect like since she has 80,000, you would get around, 8,000 likes if you're getting around 10%. So I'm so sick of getting away with this shit. I'm ready to quit YouTube. I'm so disappointed in them. YouTube's broken right now. All social media is. I've changed my opinion a little bit because I saw on Nonsense's channel today where she was talking to Summer Wells' dad. Did I say it right that time? Or was it Watts? Damn it. And he was saying how these people are exploiting his family for money and they should stop. Now they kept going and kept doing it. But he said that he specifically reached out to Facebook.
That was Watts.
He reached out to Facebook and I think he said Twitter or YouTube. He might have said Facebook and Twitter. I don't think he said YouTube. To try and get them to step in and ban people that were doing these illegal things with their loved ones' tragedy. Monetizing it and lying and stuff like that while they monetize. Spreading misinformation on purpose while they monetize. Now, the ones he wanted banned were the ones attacking his dead family members that were monetizing them, doing it like Molly and others, as we know. And he said that he couldn't get a response at all. And he tried over and over. This is someone who is a family member of them. So there's no system in place for people to be able to get a hold of human beings at these companies. And so the only way, once we realize that, to get anything to happen is with a survey. And like I've been saying since the beginning, or not a petition, like I've been saying since the beginning, the petition should target. I don't think I said that when I was over there, but I've been saying that it should request an investigation. And it should be into everyone that's doing it. It should be into an entire community, of course. So I should specify that when I say it. But obviously, I mean that. I don't think they should investigate any individual. I think they should investigate everybody. It would be an undertaking, but we need to do a petition. But more than that, the media needs to step in. The media needs to step in and actually report that this is what's happening. And how do they not find it? You know, people send this stuff directly to the media. They just choose not to cover it because it's not a big story. But now that Molly has 80,000 subs, she used to have 20,000. And after Dre, she's up to 80. Maybe they will now, because once you get a big YouTuber doing this stuff, it becomes news. You know, because the news is that she's making, you know, $50,000 in a month or $30,000 in a month or whatever the hell it is that she got on the best month.
So safe and nice.
Yeah, it is.
We're here 18 years and never.
Did you just hear Bullhorn freaking liar face Strangler? She just said that those people are nice and the family's nice. So why do you let Molly lie? Why do you lie? You're lying to them, or are you lying on YouTube? It's mind-boggling. They don't care to show us on their own channels just how deceptive they are.
Never heard of anything going on.
Like this, yeah.
No, not like this. You just lied for him. See, now she's turning what he said into a lie because she knows it goes against their narrative. She just said like this. He was saying he's never heard of anything about Brian Koberger or his mother or any of them. He's saying they're normal people. There was no way to know. And he actually says that more in a minute. It's almost like he corrects the lie Betty just, that little deceptive thing she threw in. Because what Betty just did was turn him into saying, never heard of any murders like this. No, he's saying Brian Koberger acting different, acting out, acting crazy. He's never heard of it.
I think it shocked everybody. I don't think anybody was expecting anything like this. It was crazy because
I'm surprised you guys.
How are you saying this? How? Navy, am I crazy, or did we just listen to these two sit around and attack the mother and everyone else and be like, why couldn't anybody, like the professors? You can't tell me that the other professors or the students at that college didn't know that this guy was a little off. Why can't they see the red flags about this murderer? You know, I heard both of them saying this dumb shit. I've reacted to these videos.
Yeah, they actually blamed.
Go ahead.
They actually blamed the mother, and it was like, there's no way you could raise a child like this and not know that they were going to turn out to be this way.
And they're sitting there right now, they're holding our opinions right now while talking to the neighbors so that they blend in and seem normal. And that tells me that their YouTube is an act. It tells me they know that if they play the role of saying the most disrespectful shit, they're going to get clicks and views, and they're going to get people like us doing what we're doing. And in their mind, it's going to send you guys to go watch their show. That's what they think. They think if the people like Burnt Toast and Unirock and Nonsense and all these people that talk bad about us, you know what, whatever. I mean, at least they come and click on my videos and it gives me some money. So, hey, just let them do it. And let's just monetize it, because it's an act. If you're gonna stand in front of these normal people, the people that actually lived around Koberger, bumped into him in stores and stuff, or saw him driving by or whatever, and you can't say the same thing you've been saying for weeks on your channel, no? Kelly says, I think Banfield would listen. She listened to Mel, and she called BHB and MGL tragedy tourists in the Gabby case. You know, the sad part is it takes them doing something very extreme. It takes them doing something newsworthy is what I'm saying, because this is extreme, but still, it has to be newsworthy extreme. It has to be big extreme. And, you know, there's rumors that there are police investigations. There's rumors that there are some of these towns are seeking to change laws and stuff, and we've seen it happen, right? We've seen it happen before with the Gabby Petito story, and I believe in Florida. So, I mean, it's possible that things will happen and it'll become somewhat newsworthy again, and that'll be when we really need to speak up and send in clips and show people. But it is like we're living on an island, and these monsters are just able to go around every day stepping on people and killing them and kicking people and hurting people and burning down houses, and there's nothing we can do to stop these monsters because they can fly or some shit and we can't. We're just living on this little island, and they fly out. These dragons fly on in. You know, we keep yelling, hey, someone do something. Sad thing is, we're not on an island, and we're not begging God to stop monsters. This is a YouTube platform. This is a communication platform that has no rules anymore. that has no way to be able, all they got to do is delete their video when they dox you, and they're not going to get deleted. Because you can't report them enough. All they got to do. Not enough people are going to know that you can go to the Google support and report the deleted video. And because it takes you reporting the living hell out of it, no one's going to do it unless they can report it straight away. You can't report this. YouTube's not going to... Damn it, I just almost knocked my monitor over. You can't report this because YouTube's not going to act on this. Even though there's a lot of bad shit happening, it's not enough to get them banned. They're going to play dumb. If we reported this one and YouTube wrote them or they appealed, they'd say, I didn't know. I didn't mean to.
I can hear now because this happened a few weeks ago.
It did. It did. I was actually in Idaho when he was arrested.
You're so special.
Yes, she did an interview with
And again, they're wearing badges. And instead of talking to them about a plethora of things, I feel like these things are going to break through my monitor and knock me out of my damn chair at any moment.
I was just about to say something about that poor jacket, man. I feel so sorry for that jacket.
That poor jacket, my poor monitor, my poor viewers, poor us. Jeez Louise. But do you see, they would never have brought up Betty interviewing someone if it wasn't for the badge. The badge is causing them to drop insinuations. Betty was just flown to Idaho where she interviewed people about Coburger. See the badge on her? Hey, that's what we chose to talk to you about, us genius reporters.
Haley Gonzalez's family.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We sat them down. They invited us in their home, and we got...
Look at her body language. She's doing the same thing she does when she gets hyped up on YouTube. It's like she gets a dopamine hit when she really fools and lies to people. I really do think it's called Duper's Delight. I broke it down from an article a few days ago. Duper's Delight. Look it up and read about it. Because I think Betty is one of the one of the people in this group that gets the most Duper's Delight. Dopamine receptors in her brain light up while she's actively fooling people into believing her lies.
Got an interview with them, and we didn't focus on any of...
There it is. There it is. Ooh, I'm getting a really good view this time. Let's blow this sucker up, y'all. Let's take a real good look. I didn't think we had that good of a, okay. Pardon moi for a moment. I'm going to have to blow this full screen. Oh, yeah. Go 1080p. What are we at? Video is 1080p HD. Unfortunately, I don't think her camera is, but it might be. Shit, it's still pixelated. That the same? That's not it. No, that ain't it. That is it. Ooh, baby, that's a good one. All right, hold on. Let me put this in my my program to see if we can actually get a good look at this bad boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, son. I'm already seeing some problems right here, Betty. I'm already seeing some problems. Let's get a new 1920 by 1080 going. All right. Now, let me just grab this real quick. Here we go. All right, let's paste it in. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna blow this bad boy up as much as I can. And we are going to flip it. There it is. Video. Are you fucking serious? Hold the front fucking door. All right, we want to filter this. Oh. I'm going to filter this down into a smart sharpen. See what we can do here. Real quick. Let me see how good I can get this. Where'd my music? Did I just pause my music like a dummy?
Dummy.
If I sharpen it too much, it's going to look real bad. But if I do it just right, it'll look good. Oh yeah, there we go. You gotta be freaking kidding me, y'all. Okay. Here's what she is trying to convince other people of. Wonder if it says valid right there. Remember how I found the template? It said valid. It looks like something is written there. So we've got Andrea Griffith. We can't see what it says here, but it most likely says Bullhorn Betty. Now, she's made the bullhorn extremely small. Because if you see the word bullhorn there, you're going to know she's not a real journalist. Now, even if that says bullhorn, I'm not even going to say it says bullhorn. I don't know if it says bullhorn. I know it says Betty. She's made her name extremely big, and she's shrunk down whatever's above it, so that if you look at it at a glance and you don't look really close, all you're going to think is that this woman is media. By the way, a Supreme Court ruling said that YouTubers are not media, and that she is a journalist. She's out there to get video because she's a journalist. This is deceptive. She is not being honest about this. Here, I'm gonna actually sharpen that up. Look, you can tell. Video journalist. Right here, sharpen this up. Look, that definitely says Betty. I'm never gonna be. Oh shit, I might be able to pull that. You seeing this? Let's do a layer. New layer. Okay. So let's trace this. It doesn't say bullhorn. This does. I bet you this is... No. Anyone? Oh, that says Andrea? Andrea. Yeah.
It's her name. It's her real name.
Yeah, it is. Andrea is right here. And then Griffith is right here. So this must be where it says bullhorn. Do we think that says bullhorn, y'all?
That's what I would guess. Yeah, if I had to guess.
This, yeah, most bull. Let's see if we can just. So Betty. So we can tell the font she's using. Really doesn't seem like a B, but oh yeah, it is right there. Most likely it does say bullhorn. Again, why does it say 2024 Navy? Why?
Because maybe she thought it had an expiration date, and she knows that her channel's gonna be gone in 2024 because she keeps pulling the same crap. Oh no!
Well, I'm gonna try to pull it from a different frame because we might be able to get even more out of it. So let's close this one down. Let's go ahead. You know, I love doing it full screen. I think this looks better. Anyway, so I hate how there should be a button on YouTube that lets me go frame by frame. Hey, Rachel, you in there? Do you know if there's a button that I can go frame by frame? Is there a button I can press while watching YouTube to go frame by frame?
Yeah.
Oh god, I just had the perfect frame too. I can get a really good picture of this thing.
Voice for the voice that says it's her BHB logo, and it says good through 2024.
Where would it say good through 2024? Just
I'm guessing that little red box at the top of the date.
The good. Now, you know what that red
like
box, where she copied this from, that red box on the template says official or something, wasn't it? It says real or verified or something. Oh, hold on. Villanova's giving me some stuff. You can use dot. Oh, thank you, Janie. You're right. Well, it's one of these buttons. No, I'm not searching. Oh, bitch. Here it is. Thank you, Janie. Now I don't need it in slow motion anymore. I wonder if it says official or whatever, or like admin, because it looks like it does. Yeah, it says something there. Inside that red box, it says something. The template said official, or it said admin, or it said verified, or real, or something. What the template said. Yep, comma and period. Thank you. Use period and comma, comma and period. Yep. Thank you, guys. I sent Navy a clear pic of it to his email, says Brenda. Throw it in general for me if you can, Navy, when you get a chance. Because Brenda's got us a picture of it. All right, guys, this is Exposure Arena. So make sure, you know, you go subscribe. Oh, shit, dude. They're only like 160 away from 1,000, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Exposure Arena is real close to that 1,000, and it's hard to get to 1,000. Once you hit 1,000, YouTube gives you some more features. Help 'em out.
No, I
Oh my god, I love these filters.
diet pill. I don't have any diet pills.
I wish I could come.
Oh wait, I have these. I have hydroxycut.
I'll send them over this way.
You're there. This is not just the way you're acting. I'm not convinced. I am not convinced. There's something really more than that going on here.
I got a Ultra, Mick Ultra, or a Bud Light Ultra, or whatever. I don't have any of that fancy stuff that you got. Oh, sorry, Platinum.
I just found this channel to see if there was any more. There's gonna be more because Bullhorn Betty's coming and we're gonna go to the police.
Yeah. We got, I put several FOIA requests out to the FBI related to the Brian Koberger and the Idaho 4 case.
Don't believe you.
And they basically...
Yeah, you know, I decided that I was going to take a case with 2 gag orders and just submit a bunch of FOIA requests. And you know, when I get it back, I'm going to blast it all over social media so that I can ruin the case and make sure Brian walks free.
He told me that, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to fulfill your request. And I almost forgot I put all these...
You forgot about the $350 you told your subs they had to pay you. Oh, sure. This is called a fraud raiser, guys. This is called a fraud raiser. If you ask your subs for money to do something specific and it didn't cost you money, you have to give it back. You can't just keep it. They thought they were paying for something. If they're not paying for it, give it back. And then if they want to donate it, they'll donate it. Right? You only have to do this stuff when you're broke, by the way. Like, if you got cash laying around, you don't do this shit to your subs. I'm just saying.
Requests in, but they were denied.
Charged my subs $350 to get him, says J-Dub. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Denied. But we tried.
Denied. Why did you try? A real journalist, a real reporter, anyone with 2 brain cells to rub together would know that there are gag orders in place. Does she not know what a gag order is? Gag order means I can send a FOIA request and get the information.
My mom said, what the hell happened to your mouth?
If you want to see the badge, search in YouTube Bullhorn Betty crest badge. It comes up in one of the thumbnails. Okay.
Yeah, Brenda, thank you for sending it to me, but because of the way it's sent, I'm having to use my phone and it's not one to work real well right now. So let me see what I can do.
Oh my God. Wait, are we? I don't know. That's not the same one. I don't think that's... Is that the same one? Okay, so there's an actual picture of Betty's. There's my video right here. See that? That's an actual picture. Son of a Betty. Son of a Molly.
All right, I just ended up having to take a screenshot of it from my email that was sent to me because it was giving me issues. And I dropped it in the bottom of general.
Thank you, Peggy.
And thanks to Brenda for sending it to me.
I think this is it. This looks right. So you got the bar here, and then you got like another bar here, I guess, or something. Yeah, Verified. Verified. Bullhorn Betty Media. This is the grossest. Like, this right here is an absolute lie. You are not verified by anybody. You are not a video journalist. You're not. You're a YouTuber. If you're not a video journalist in the context that you have been given the benefits, authorizations, or things that a press pass gives. Factual. And look, you know, every single picture, whether I pull it or whether someone else has it, you notice how hard it is to see that this says Bullhorn? You notice how it's not, there's no like black outline around it. It's very hard to see. It's using extremely hard to see colors. You know why? Because you're just going to see Betty, video journalist, verified when you look at this. That's all you're going to see. And if you see the word Bullhorn, you're going to think, wait, if that's her name and that's a press badge, why did they write Bullhorn? Is her name Bullhorn and her last name Betty? Well, if that's not true, then this must be fake, because it should be your first and last name, not some made up name that you gave yourself. Safari says I've got a clear pic of it. You can read it all. So it says Bullhorn and it says verified, right? It does say verified, Safari, because that's really all we need to know is that it says verified. And it looks like it does. Or does it say valid? It says valid. V-A-L-I-D. Oh my God, it says valid ID. V-A-L-I-D space ID. It says that this is a valid identification. Oh, that right there, y'all. That is deceptive. That's the icing on the cake, as I always say. Valid ID. See how hard it is to see that? It is. They are trying to make people think that they're from a valid news agency, not just their own living room, not just their own channel. I want to know what Molly's looks like, because Molly's is different. Molly's is different, y'all.
To humanize the victims,
right.
You know, so we talked about the victims, their upbringing.
To humanize the victims, you attacked the two surviving women like crazy.
It was very emotional.
You said that the surviving women weren't victims. You weren't emotional.
No, it was sad.
Yeah. She's trying to act like she's almost crying. She's trying to act like she's almost crying. Oh my God. What? This is the cringiest of the cringiest of the conest of the freaking griftiest. She said dehumanize? Holy shit. Bullshit Betty. Yeah. I have to look down here. When I'm in full screen mode, I gotta look down there to see the chat. So, yeah, what's up, dude?
I dropped two things in general. So the first one is apparently a video from Burnt Toast about Betty getting her press credentials taken away. And then the second one is the one that was sent in by the viewer showing her like the very clear picture of her press badge where it says validated or valid.
You want to know, is this woman a whore? And if she's a whore, G-Man, where is your proof? Because if you ain't got no proof, G-Man, you're slandering and you're just as bad as everybody else.
Yep. Valid. Wow.
This channel's pulling no punches with her. That's one.
Who gave this to her? Who gave this to her, guys? Hey, Army Wife. Oh, I understand. It's okay. We're just glad to have you. Gotta uninstall that damn thing, man. Got a plugin installed into OBS and it's jacking up. Who gave this to her? She made it. She made it say valid ID. She made it say media and video journalist. You've got to be kidding me. That's so cringy. Oh, it's cringily delicious. Oh, it's okay, Army Wife. Sometimes I can't stream because I'm running the kids around. I get it.
J-Dub says she made it after the last one was invalidated, which I think is that other video that I dropped. That was
let's Toastie's video right here. Oh God, it's 4 hours. Let's find it. Is pressed not press?
The glare. What's up, guys?
How's it going? Yeah. This is mine and the Glare's date night, so we decided to do it here.
I'm so honored that they would choose my channel for their date night.
Against my wishes, because
So the Glare is a debunker then. The Glare calls these people out, right? Isn't having a fake ID or anything that you made that says a valid ID a crime? I mean, it can be. They're actually, people are looking into it right now. The press corps made a statement, says Sammy Smith. Do you know what they said, Sammy? And what is the press corps?
The U.S. press corps. It's like an official association of actual media. They get together. They're part of the U.S. press corps. And I think they also, the U.S. press corps, issues credentials and stuff as well.
So how are they in any way affiliated with the press corps?
I don't know. And as far as I know, the Glare, I think, is a true crime channel.
Yeah, but the Glare is chilling with Toastie and seems to be calling this stuff out. So that's, that's a good thing. Betty is at Molly's house. Oh, yeah, Betty is. Britannica Dictionary defines a press corps, a group of news reporters that are located in a particular place to follow a particular person. And you got things like the White House press corps and others. So there's many different press corps. Now, so you can't just say that the press corps, you know what I'm saying? Like, Burnt Toast shows that they discredited BHB. I hate to ask you guys, do you have any kind of timestamp, like at all? Because there's 4 hours here. So we'll go through this. We're definitely going to go through this. Oh, okay. It looks like it starts here. Let's hear what Toastie has to say.
Donald Duck says, Toast, if he grabs the jacket, can you kick him? Oh.
I chose to stay with the Glare when I clicked the link.
Donald Duck,
biggest hater.
And all kinds of going to get started. If you guys start talking, I'll know if the volume's good on everything.
Since we've done 3 segments on the Bullhorn Betty channel, but there's just been so much going on out there that, with all these cases going on, we have to constantly.
Oh my God. Did Toastie put her pick in yelling? Oh my God, Toastie. You're hilarious. I love you. Toastie put a different picture of Betty in her little journalist thing, and it's her like screaming. It's in the beginning. All right, thank you. See, in about 55 minutes, so we're gonna watch the beginning, and then we're gonna watch 55 minutes in. And if you guys want me to switch back, to where I was, where I'm not in full screen mode, just let me know. Okay, I'll do whatever you guys want. If you guys like it in full screen, or if you like it with me over here, completely up to you guys. Okay, you just got to tell me. All right, let's take. Oh, Navy, can you see this? Okay, you got this is up on your screen, right? Toastie's
I can see it just fine. And right fast, Purple Fire said that apparently she was kicked out of the press corps after the Georgia complaint.
Ooh, Georgia complaint. Georgia. Oh, Quentin Simon, excuse me. Sweetie. Oh, okay.
We keep people up to date, and it's kind of hard, to jump from one to when so much stuff is going on. But I know I've seen most of you guys all day long.
Go look at the short blank just posted. Okay.
And God bless you for
Okay, I'll play this while I look at blank
spending
screens.
your Saturday with me. We must be some really lame people.
I mean, took the words right out of my mouth. I'm sorry, Wilson. Thank you. Kick Monty if he grabs the weak ass boa.
You know what? Fuck you, Wilson. I haven't worn my boa in a while. You know what? I'm bringing the boa back. I was going to do an art stream tonight. I'm doing the art stream tomorrow. Because I've been cooking pitas all day, and I'm trying to make some gyros. So I'm doing the art stream tomorrow night. So I'm wearing a boa.
You have a boa.
Even if it's true or not, then again,
He does have
you
a
very
boa.
well might be lying about it.
Really
all
sits on
against it.
cakes. How about ICU? You go research
You know, blank
that.
screen. This is what I'm going to do, just to really just get in your Cheerios, right? I think I'm going to make a new product line, a new shirt, and it's going to have that man with that crap hose down in the rain gutter, right? And I'm going to have a blank screen behind him. You know what? That's what we'll do. You know
What the hell is she talking
a
about?
blank screen. This is what I'm going to do, just to really just
What?
get in your Cheerios, right? I think I'm going to make a new product line, a new shirt, and it's going to have that man with that crap hose down in
Crap pose.
the rain gutter, right? And I'm going to have a blank screen behind him.
What is it? What is the blank what? Who is the guy in the rain gutter? What does that mean? What does this mean? Oh, I don't watch Toast because she supports the glare, says Peggy. Well, I don't know. I'd have to look into the glare. I will, though. She's talking about Cousin Eddie from Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Oh. His BHB cleaning hose. No freaking way, dude.
See, as you can. I know you mad. See, as you can.
You know what? That's what we'll do.
Is that Michelle?
I know you mad for so.
Oh, that's probably copyrighted. What? Why did you change the original title of this stream for Strangler? What was the original title? How many times did Brian enter the home? Oh, why did you change it for Strangler? I get it. You're calling her Strangler. Okay. Blank screen trolls are hard. She's going to make a shirt for him. She calls him Uncle Eddie. Mona says, called half the country racist, included me. It's all I needed to hear from Glare. Ah. Safari says she printed it herself. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I thought she did.
I mean,
yeah.
outside of me going out, we're official.
This is the stream of the fake audio. Fake. Oh, is it? Is it, Lauren?
Baby.
Oh my God. Oh my God, it's right there.
Okay. He's official, baby. So,
Betty has to know that she's ripping off her audience. Because you see how like silly and laughy she is about this stuff? I faked this, guys. I'm official. And her audience is like, yay, here's $5 for being a fake reporter. So, you know, her audience has to know they're being ripped off.
I know this goes without saying, but just because you print something out does not.
Betty changed the name of the stream. Do you know what it originally was? When is Walter's class reunion for West Point? He was a West Point grad? Walter? Oh man, what happened to him? She didn't want to lose the views, so she left it up and changed the name of the stream with the fake audio. No fucking way. Wait! You're saying that the fake audio stream was what I just looked at? Oh, hell no. Oh, damn. From what MGL was hinting around on her live one night, it was Benny got her one. I don't play that. If you're going to do that, then you might be... Oh, you know, racism is hating another person for their skin color. That's just the truth. You can hate anyone, any color, any person, any nationality. There are many countries where the majority of the people that live there aren't white. So you can't say that racism is that white people are, or that you can't say that hating, you can't be racist towards white people. Well, you definitely can. In fact, if you want to, you know, I always source what I say. So go and type racism in Japan, because in Japan, they're very much, it's almost accepted in their country that they look down on some other races or all other races. Sometimes certain groups do, not everybody, of course. But see, that's the point. You can't say whether someone else is racist without hearing their opinions, without actually like them talking. Somebody who holds an opinion about, I don't know, you know, a minor opinion doesn't mean that someone's racist. Being racist is actually hating people due to their skin color. It's not because they posted a tweet that said something that, you know, whatever, right? So, but then again, those things can lead you to believe it. You get me? So anyway, let's just move on here.
Not make it official.
Oh, what are you talking about? I got one up in my community.
Toast.
You're out of your mind. That's how it's done.
She didn't just print it out.
She laminated it.
She bought a laminator.
Yeah, she did.
That is laminated.
And it's not even that she just made it. It's that they're using it, and that she went and stood in front of a man in his own yard and had the audacity to lie to him about what she's been saying about victims, and then tried to act and pretend as if she was crying while lying to the man, because she changed all of her opinions on the victims, all of her opinions on Brian's family, the mother, and everything. All of her opinions changed the minute the man she was interviewing held a different opinion than her. So is she going to go back to her channel and change back into the same opinions she had? Or is she going to, you see what I'm saying, peeps?
Laminated.
I don't know if you guys know this about me. My hook is
that's fair.
Me. Yeah. I'm legit.
Been here,
I'm just gonna
normal.
I well. There you go.
Game system.
It's done.
Thank you. Yeah, YouTube doesn't actually off the down votes. I don't know if people realize that.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Official Bullhorn Betty Media, right?
Didn't say Bullhorn Betty Media. Are you kidding me? You're trying to pretend that this says Bullhorn Betty Media? Look at what she did right here. Look at the word bullhorn. And then look at the word Betty. It has something spilled on it that the video journalist doesn't have. The media part doesn't have. The Betty part doesn't have. This doesn't have. This part up here doesn't have. What got spilled right here? What happened? Why is this all smudged? You know why, Betty? You can tell what you did. If you look, she wiped sideways. You can just see the ink. She printed it out and then tried to wipe right, and you can even see the smudges. All the smudges from where she wiped that. And I bet you she licked her finger or did something to get her finger wet and then rubbed it on there. Because she knows that the bullhorn part of this signals to people that it's not a real pass. So she tries to make it less visible. And if it's going to be hanging from your neck, you're not going to know what this says. It's going to hardly be readable. There's a reason why she printed it like this, guys. And she just, did you hear her? They always tell on themselves. She said Bullhorn Betty Media. She's trying to pretend like this says Bullhorn Betty Media. It doesn't say Bullhorn Betty Media. It says Bullhorn Betty in the name field, Andrea Griffin, and then it says Media, Video Journalist, 2024, and what was it? Verified ID. Valid ID. It is a complete and utter con. And not only do I have a video of you deceptively showing this, but I also have a video of you doing everything in your power to fool a man while you're wearing it.
Yeah.
Official Bullhorn Betty Media, right? We are official.
No, not Bullhorn Betty Media. You're not official. If you think printing out a press pass makes you official, you don't know anything about journalism. You don't know anything about reporting. You don't know anything about the media. This is why we say this about you. That's not true.
Good news, you know, we're you know.
There it is, baby. There it is. Bam. Now we've got the whole damn thing right there.
She's so proud.
Moving on up in the world. We're moving on up in the world. So now.
Yeah, if I use a printer and I print something out on it, I'm moving up in the world.
Now.
Wow.
No, you're not.
Now with Bullhorn Betty, guess what? You gotta call the Bullhorn Betty channel and complain about the Bullhorn Betty show, right?
No, because you're still on YouTube.
Yeah, you publicly posted this to YouTube, so we are allowed to react to this.
Right.
So YouTube actually owns your channel.
Yeah, and that's true. You own the brand. The channel is owned by YouTube. The video, you know, you need to take some damn classes, lady. Betty, oh my God. Notice how she has TM right here. She is so, everything she does is a desire to be something that she's not. Be respectful.
Special.
Do not complain about the glare on this platform. Hey, listen, I mean, people are allowed to share their opinions. Just understand there are people in here that do support the glare and there are people that don't, right? So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take a look myself and I'll give you my opinion. The problem is I don't have enough information to tell you one way or the other right now. I'm not going to attack the guy though, right? If he's not going out and pulling things like Betty's pulling, I'm not going to treat him like Betty or anything. I mean, if there's a few little criticisms, fine. If there's not, fine. But either way, we'll figure that out later because we got stuff. We got a mission to do here and we don't want to get sidetracked. We all are going to disagree on things. The standard of how you differentiate yourself from Betty and Molly and these bad people is whether you can have differing opinions and yet still get along and still do what you're trying to do. That's how you really can show that we are different from them.
Whoops.
We can hold different opinions. We can allow ourselves to respect that other people have different opinions.
Yes,
right?
you forgot to read that part of TOS.
Exactly 30%.
You're using YouTube servers and you have to follow YouTube's terms of service. So you're owned by YouTube.
And it's so crazy that that Betty and Molly think that just because they haven't been banned yet, they can keep acting a certain way.
Which is why you get a
It's nuts.
1099 instead of a W-2.
Betty, you're YouTube's bitch. Face
Just,
it.
just because she did not read that does not make her a bad person. That reason does not make her a bad person.
I see what you're saying, Monty.
Makes her stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, so much.
Because of media badges, going out and doing our thing.
Okay, somebody said 55 minutes. We'll jump ahead and we'll come back if we need to, but let's see what happens right here. Oh, look, she's going to say something right here. See, I'm just like Toasty. It takes me a minute to get through any video because I'm thorough.
See what I mean?
Y'all, I haven't said this all stream and we've been live a minute. PayPal.me/unirock if you like us, you want to support us. Completely optional. It just helps the channel. This helps us keep going. Like and subscribe. The beginning of this video was we were demonetized. I don't think we will be after we're reviewed, and hopefully they'll review us soon, but if you can hit the like button, it helps with things like demonetization and stuff, because this video will be monetized as soon as YouTube looks at it.
Guys know.
Lost Cow 101.
Yeah.
You know the book. Yeah.
Yeah. Lolcow 101.
Yeah, and of course it's so funny because I do a lot of things strategically. I really do. I
Wouldn't have to say it if you did.
do a lot of things strategically, as many of you guys know.
No, we know you lie.
And one of the things that I do is show how ridiculous some of these creators are. You know, their hate is absolutely.
You don't show how ridiculous anyone but yourself is. You say 1 minute that you show how ridiculous these other creators are. And I can play a video that I just played yesterday where you say, I don't watch anyone because it's a felony. I mean, what are you talking about, lady? You don't even remember what you say from hour to hour.
Absolutely insane. It really
I have to remember so much stuff. I feel like I have a dictionary that goes, you know, those old dictionaries that was on the wall and there'd be like 85 books there. That's what I got in my head on this community alone, let alone all the others.
But she's not
I can recall any of that data in a second.
bothered.
But we don't hate her. That's what's really
No.
crazy.
Yeah, nobody hates her. Nobody's hating Betty. We hate how she acts. We hate how she treats people.
Gray one, move freely around the home.
People that hate other people are hateful. Whatever, someone was talking about racism or prejudice earlier. Prejudice and racism is something. This is what gets me about current society. Hate is hate. Whether it is you hating somebody because of something like the color of their skin, or whether it's you hating them because whatever, right? Something they can't control, or whether that the difference is when you hate them for something that they can't control, it's wrong. It's something they didn't get to choose. That's the entire basis of intent. It's the entire basis of good and bad and evil and wrong. So when you look at someone out there that hates somebody because of the color of their skin, and you look at somebody out there that hates somebody because they're jealous of their YouTube channel, you know, that even though they're not league's not the same thing, hate will lead you to, my point isn't that they're the same. My point is that it leads you to the negativity every day, treating people like garbage. It does the same damage to you internally when you hate, regardless of what you're hating for. It does massive damage to you internally. The key is to not like what other people are doing or hate what other people do, not them. That's the key. It's hard. I'm sure, you know, I should probably hate Molly or Betty by now. And it's the hardest challenge about me going into these communities, or the communities we've already been in, is not coming out the other side with a bunch of hate towards people. It's the absolute opposite of what I want to do. I want to come out hating the way they behave and finding a way to criticize it so that, you know, hopefully it will lessen in the future. People will see, look, if you don't do those things, like if Betty or Molly didn't do the things that people criticize them for, the idea is that they could actually succeed on the platform. They could actually, they have this doubt in them. Betty looks down on herself. Molly looks down on herself, and she feels that she can't just be herself without all the lies, without all the garbage, and succeed. And she feels so lowly of herself. She feels that she must go out there and break the rules, play unfair. That's what the press badge is. That's what her I'm doing things strategically is. That's what the everyone hates me is. It's her looking down on herself. And it's sad because they don't see it. You know, they don't see that. And if they could stop doubting themselves and actually say to themselves, you know, I can be a good person, or I am a good enough person, I have enough value, I have enough talent to be able to do YouTube without these things. One second. I'm going to have to end this, I think. Yeah. I'm going to have to end this. I got family stuff to do real quick. And we could always jump back online in a little bit or tomorrow and figure it out. What I'll do is, let me throw this in my room down there. Sorry, kid communication, just like Army Wife says, overrides YouTube. Also, I wasn't planning on doing like a big stream today. I wasn't planning on doing a big stream. I was just planning on coming in for a bit. Every time I do that, I end up streaming for a while, don't I? Okay, in this stream, Toastie explains how BHB lost some kind of credential or was spoken against by the group that gives the press credential to invalidate herself as, quote, media, or invalidate her ability to carry a, quote, media card. The goal of me dropping this link is to find that timestamp so we can present it on stream. Bam. Okay. That way, if I do that, I don't lose what we're looking at. If you have info supporting, send it to, and Cherie shared her email. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else I got in my head here? There we go. All right, I gotta call one of my children. So, what do you got anything to kind of summarize tonight, Navy? What do you think about this kind of off the cuff, you know, more relaxed kind of stream? What do you think from what we saw?
Well, the thing is to know is that there is literally to no extreme that they will not go when they are turned away by officials or kept from having official credentials. They will do whatever they think they wanted. They will do whatever they want to jump back into it, so they can try to grab those views and clicks and lie to folk about who they really are. And that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about them. Then I don't know what does.
You're absolutely right, bro. And I'm so disgusted by the way they treated that man on his property. I mean, if you want to go on that dude's property and you want to be yourself, like if you want to go in and be like, I don't know, hey y'all, I'm wrestling some cows and horses today. I don't care. If you want to go in and you know, you're Canadian and you walk in there and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is a real press pass. No, not that. Not the press pass thing. But my point is, if you want to be yourself, I'm down for however you want to do that, however you want to engage with the person, as long as you're not being dishonest, as long as you're not lying. Why does Betty and Molly not understand? It's the most disrespectful thing you do to people, to lie to them, to use them, and to try and fool them. These guys, like, we go through these communities and oh God, we've been through 1,000 communities. Every one of them. You end up, and I say it's like every community has this. You'll end up finding people that are just lying and fooling people. They're pathological liars that end up kind of worming into communities. When you finally go and you say, hey, you're lying about a fundamental thing here that's, you know, drawing money and doing what you do. It's wrong. And then their audience sees, it starts to show people that. Their audience eventually starts to be affected by it. While every one of these times there is a motivator in those liars. Those liars are in these communities with one thing, and it is that there's a secret that they're bringing to light. Right? Betty and Molly and all of them, the conspiracy theorists, the blobsters, you know, all of them. There's something out there that they're bringing to light that's a secret, but it ends up being a lie, and it ends up being them profiting off of it as opposed to them telling the truth about anything. Why is it so hard just to get up here on YouTube and do some damn content, man? And I'm answering my own question for me because I did it for 2 years. Like I always say, I would upload and I might get a couple hundred views. If I get lucky to get a couple thousand, and I'd be lucky if I didn't have, if I had 40 people watching me, 50 people, I felt like I was a star because I was used to getting 10 or 15 people that watched me the first year and 10 months I did YouTube. So I know why they do it. I don't know why I keep saying that. I absolutely know why. There's no money until you've laid the foundation of what you do. And even then, if you're not talented and you're not doing something unique, there are people out there that have channels for 10 years and they've uploaded every day and they still got 2,000 subs or 800 subs. There's nothing wrong with those people. It's just they didn't catch that, you know, what they're doing didn't catch. And they most likely are doing what makes them happy and what they want to do. And so it's fine that it doesn't catch on. Betty and Molly act like everybody must be able to get up on YouTube and make large sums of money or do something that everybody wants to see. And when they do it and it doesn't work, they end up throwing in the lies and the cons and the BS to try to propel them. And that's the issue. That's what we're laughing at. That's what we're kind of goofing on. I can't wait to hear this. I promise you I am not going to watch this clip until I come back on the air. I'm going to find the clip. I'm going to make sure I got the clip, and I'm coming back on the air. We're going to watch together. Hold on, okay? Don't hang up. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to find the clip. I'm going to watch together exactly how Betty and her credentials were lost before we look at some more of Molly. And tomorrow, the stream will be more like yesterday. Today was an unprepared stream. If I don't stream tomorrow, it'll be the next stream, but we will prepare the next stream. This was an unprepared stream. Just say I said it from the beginning. But I don't go out unless I go out with the memes, unless I go out with a bang. So take a look at this crispy meme while we roll out of here. And I need a really good song for this or it's not going to work. It's not going to carry. But I have the song and I just got to find it. Here it is. Crispy memes, baby. I don't know why the credits ran late. Did you guys see that? The credits ran late. What the hell? So since it ran late, I'll shout them out. Swamp Critters, thank you. Patricia, Cherie, Peggy, thank you. And Tina, Teeny, Sparkles, Tom, and Nonsense. My lordy. Nonsense is a member of my freaking YouTube channel. I'm doing something right. You know it. Hey, night all. Look, I appreciate all of you. I know tonight's stream's a little less disconnected than usual, but I just want to appreciate you for hanging out with me. And not tomorrow. I can't promise I'll be live tomorrow, but like I said, the day after, it'll be a prepared stream like it was yesterday, but it's not going to be a real long one. I don't know how me and Navy did that stream yesterday. It was 5 hours of just laughing our asses off. I was so exhausted after it. Probably be an hour or two of us laughing our asses off just to respect. It's just so we can have a life, you know, because you got to sleep after you laugh like that. Okay. So we're gonna get back to it. Tomorrow, only reason I might not stream is because I have to go pay bills and run the kids around and do a couple things. So, you know, if I can squeeze a stream in, I will. But if I don't, I'll definitely post on the community tab, and I'll be live at Unirock TV on Twitter. If you want to see me and talk, stream, and see streams and stuff between now and then. All right, let's end this thing.